Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ àwọn mo. Welcome to another episode of Ìṣẹ̀ṣe for today. This is our first episode in year 2026. Àwo ìgbàlódé mo ṣe Àbọrú Àbọyè mo kí yín o, mo ṣògo àtọyín o. Green, thank you for joining us. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú ojúmọ́. Meji, thank you so much for sending in your likes. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Tiger can by àánú ni mo rí gbà, ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀, ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú àti àlàáfíà o. Níbi gbogbo, I say happy new year. A kú ọdún, a kú ìyèdún. Àṣeyí ṣàmọ́dún nínú ọlá, nínú ọlà, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Grand Rising and welcome to another episode of Ìṣẹ̀ṣe for today. We took a break and now we're officially in season 3. Today is season 3, episode 2. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ṣé dáadáa la bá yín nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ wà. Solution, Grand Rising. Grand Rising, Iyanifa Ewa, mo kí yín o, ẹ kú ojúmọ́. Grand Rising, welcome to another episode of Ìṣẹ̀ṣe for today. It's been a while and I miss you guys so much. Nema, how are you doing? Happy New Year. This is the new calendar year 2026. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè pé a rí ọdún tuntun yìí. Rolling beat, ẹ káàárọ̀, thank you so much, those of you on YouTube. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú ojúmọ́, a kí yín o níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wà pé àjíire bí Ọládì, thank you so much for joining this morning. Keep liking, keep sharing. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o, adúpẹ́. Uche, thank you so much for joining. Gizmo for Oluwamide. Ẹ káàárọ̀, Grand Rising, I greet you. Let me know where you are streaming from this morning. Bulletin Bowaleni. Let me know where you are streaming from. Sammy Frank, ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú ojúmọ́. Mo ṣe Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ, mo ṣe ògbó àtọyín o. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Ìṣẹ̀ṣe for today, the daily live streaming where we delve into one Odù Ifá for each day, one essay Ifá for each day. Odù Ifás are the chapters of Ifá. That's the compilation of the holy book of Ifá. It is called the Odù, the chapters. We have 256 of them, and each Odù is said to have about 400 essays. So we are going to pick one every day. Somebody might even be wondering, why do we need to teach the Odù Ifá? Why do we need to learn it? What do we need to talk about? Odù Ifá ni ohùn ẹnu Olódùmarè. Odù Ifá is the voice of Olódùmarè, the words of Olódùmarè. Odù Ifá ni afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé. Odù Ifá is the GPS of life, the global life information that you and I need to navigate through life. That is what Ifá is. Olódùmarè is the divine and supreme being, the source, the creator of heaven and earth and every other thing in between, including you and I. So think of Olódùmarè as the manufacturer of something. Take for example your LG company. They manufacture so many different things. Olódùmarè has manufactured so many different things in this plane that we can see and in different planes that we cannot see. But then Olódùmarè did not leave us confused as to how to go about life. Olódùmarè gave us Ifá, which is the words of Olódùmarè saying, this is the way to run life. You know how the manufacturer in LG will create every electronic device and put a manual. That manual is to help us know how do we stand it, how do we couple it, how do we plug it. In case there is any problem, how do we troubleshoot it? Exactly what the Odù Ifás are. Teaches us how to navigate life. In case there's any problem in life, how do we troubleshoot it? How do we handle it? That is what the Odù Ifá is. So breaking it down is receiving instruction for life. I call it the manual of life. So as you break it down to understand what is going on in there, you receive the instructions for life. Somebody is asking a question. The person says, is that a question or a statement? because you said, oh, sorry, please, can you exit? That person, can you, let me disconnect from here. Yeah, thank you. That person said, I'm sure you are trying to ask, is it very important to enter into Igbodu? Now, because we have taken a break for a while, I assume there are new people joining us today. Let me answer that question by continuing what I'm saying. I was talking about Ifa and the relevance of Ifa. I know a lot of you people have been saying from one post to another on different social media platforms, everybody is talking about Ifa, Ifa here and there, and you don't even understand. Some people even think it's just a movement, it's just a rave, it's just African people trying to create something for themselves. No, this is information that has existed at least 4,000 years, at least 4,000 years, at the least 4,000 years. And if we go by the Yoruba calendar, it's been 10,067 years that Ifa has been handed over to human beings. Now, when we talk about Igbodu, Igbodu is the, Igbo in Yoruba is the forest, Odù is the chapters of Ifa, and we also call it Igbo Ifa, that's the forest of Ifa. Is it compulsory for everybody to go in? Before you know if something is compulsory, you must first of all ask yourself, what do they do there? What is the essence of what they do there? What is the goal? If I go in there, what difference is it going to make in my life? So when we go into Igbodu, what are we going there to get? You are going there to get the Odù Ifá that birthed you. You are going there to get the manual of your own life. Your personal journey in this life. What is that manual that breaks it down? Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, that's what you are going to get. So in the Yoruba cosmology, I have put together this story that says, when we were coming from Ọ̀run, which is heaven, to this earth, Ayé, before we came, we stopped by at the house of one Orisha called Ajala. Ajala is the Orisha that creates or molds our head and destiny. Ajalani Orisha Mori Mori molds our destiny, creates what our life on this earth is. And we picked a destiny and we came to this earth. But when we came into this earth, we were born as infants, remembering little or nothing about where we are coming from. Some people are favored enough to remember a little bit here and there, but not everything in full. So we are born into this earth, walking from place to place, trying to find out what is my purpose on earth. You have tried to copy this person, tried to copy that person, but you are not getting the same results. You've tried so many things, it's not working for you, and it looks like, what exactly is the essence of life? When you ask that question, you are asking who? The creator. Olódùmarè, you created me, you created this life. Why did you bring me here? Can I have an idea what's going on here? Exactly. And the only person that can answer that is the person that created that, which is Olódùmarè. Is that okay? So when you, and remember that we said Ifa is the voice of Olódùmarè. Ifa is the way Olódùmarè speaks to us. So if you want to hear from Olódùmarè, what do? You go to Ifa to say, I need to ask Olódùmarè a question. And what's the question we're asking this time? We're asking, what is my purpose? Then Ifa says, okay, yes, I have your purpose. I documented everything, which is why we call Ifa Ẹlẹ́rìí Ìpín. Ẹlẹ́rìí means witness. Ìpín is your destiny. What was destined for you. So somebody witnessed that destiny when you picked. Remember I said when you were coming, you picked a destiny. In the house of Ajala. So the witness now shows up, which is Ifa. Ifa says, I'm about to tell you what I witnessed in your destiny. And then where do we have that? Just like you want to listen to a witness in a case, where you don't go to the witness house and say, oh, please speak to me through your window, let me know what you witnessed. No, you make a date at the courthouse, and then the witness is called to stand, and the judge says what? Can you recount what you witnessed? Exactly. So we meet Ifa in Igbodu. That is the house, that is the place that houses the Odù. Igbo Ifa, that is the place that houses Ifa. We go there to ask Ifa this question, and Ifa answers us. Now, based on that explanation I gave to you, let me put the question back to you. Do you think it's compulsory for everybody to go into Igbodu? The person that asked that question, are you still there? Trust God. I think you are the one that asked the question. So based on the explanation I've given you right now, is it compulsory for everybody to go to Igbodu? Is it compulsory for everybody to know Ifa? Is it compulsory for everybody to have their Odù? Exactly. So instead of going up and down, usually when people argue about things, it's because they don't have the knowledge. And this is why we do this every day. This is why I, as a person, has chosen to wake up every morning like this to explain to you what the essence of Ifa is. Is that okay? Now, a lot of people have their Ifa, they've done their Itefa, but they are looking at themselves like, I don't even see any difference. I thought life was going to take on a new shape. I thought everything was going to become all rosy and great, but I think these Ifa people lied to me. The way they lied to me in the church and in the mosque. No, we did not lie to you. We didn't. Like I said, the knowledge is what you did not get. Or probably the people that took you into Igbodu did not give you an in-depth knowledge. But in Ifa, everybody is responsible for their life. You are not going to blame your Babalawo or your Iyanifa. You are an adult enough to get knowledge, and that is why you are here today. So this is Ìṣẹ́ṣe for today, our daily live streaming, where I, Iyanifa Ewa, popularly called or popularly known as Chief Iyanifa Ewa, I take you through different essays of the Odù Ifá, breaking it down in such a way that you can apply it to your everyday life, because it is not enough for us to just listen, just recite it, just hear it. I see a lot of people jumping from one page of a Babalawo Iyanifa to another. Please recite Odù Ifá Ejiogbe for me. Please recite Ikameji for me. After they've recited it, what exactly do you do with that information? Nothing. You have recited it. You wake up tomorrow, nothing is making any difference in your life. That's not what we want to spend our adult life doing. We want to make sure that every information we receive, every new thing that we learn, every direction Ifa is giving us, we need to make sure that we can appropriate it to our everyday lives and it can make a difference. Please keep liking, keep sharing, keep reposting, keep saving, subscribe, do every good thing that you can do. If you are catching a replay on Iyanifa Ewa TV, every information you need is in the description box below. And if you're on the live streaming, this is the TikTok channel of Ifa College and the YouTube channel of Iyanifa Ewa TV. Thank you very much, and once again, you are welcome to episode 3. If you have missed our previous episode, head over to Iyanifa Ewa TV on YouTube. Iyanifa Ewa TV on YouTube. You will catch the replay of every episode that we have had since we started. Season 1 was 26 episodes. Season 2 was 30 episodes. Season 3, this is episode 2. Someone is asking a question. Do you believe in Orishas as deities, like supernatural beings? It's not what I believe, actually. I mean, you are not bothered about what I believe, because what I believe does not make it law. The question you should be asking is, are they supernatural beings? You want to find out what the fact and the truth. Now, when you say supernatural beings, every living thing is a supernatural being. What do you mean by the word supernatural? Something that is out of the natural, something that has an extra ability aside from natural abilities, that has an extra existence. Everything that carries a spirit is supernatural. Everything that carries a spirit is extraordinary, is supernatural. So just like our Orishas walked this earth as humans, you and I, they existed before they came here. When they left here, they moved into another plane to continue to happen in a supernatural way. The same way you and I existed in a plane before. We have come into this earth to fulfill something. When we are done here, we are moving to another realm to do supernatural things. Is that okay? So the idea that Orisha is God, Orisha is no, they are not God. Don't let anybody complicate this issue. And please resist the urge to use certain words when you are explaining Yoruba and cultural things. Yoruba is a language that is deeply rooted. Yoruba is a language that has depth, that has volume, that is robust. English lacks the vocabulary to translate a lot of Yoruba words. So you will be limiting the Orishas when you say they are deities. They are not deities. They are Orishas, simply what it means. Àwọn tí Orisha láti wá ṣe nǹkan tó yàtọ̀. Ori, like I said, is destiny. Destiny picked them out to come and fulfill some extraordinary things in this life. Do you understand? Oshun, Yemoja, Olokun, Ṣàngó, Ògún, they were born like you and I, came here to fulfill a mission, and they did. And they are still existing, just like you and I too will continue to exist after we have left here. So don't let us complicate any information that we receive from Ifá. The person that said, I want to know more about Odù Ifá, Irete Ogbe, or something like that, send a message to the WhatsApp number that will be pinned on your screen. Anybody on my contact list, copy the WhatsApp number and post it in the comment section. We are about 40 people on this live stream, and we are still less than 10k likes. You guys, please keep liking. That is the way to tell the algorithm that this is good content and other people want to see it. Before we delve into the Odù Ifá for today, who knows the Odù Ifá for today? For those of you in the global Ifá community, I have posted the Odù Ifá we are delving into today. Please write it in the comment section. Odù Ifá wo la ń gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí? What Odù Ifá are we treating today? Write it in the comment section. What is the Odù Ifá? Have you seen the title? Have you seen the topic? Those of you on YouTube, what is the Odù Ifá for today? Olabode Adebanjo Moshiogbo Atoyin. What's the Odù Ifá for today? Type it in the comment section. Her Royal Highness Nema, she says the Odù Ifá is Ìka Meji. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Odù Ifá Ìka Meji ni Odù Ifá tá máa gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí. Ìka Meji is the Odù Ifá that we will be delving into today. Iyanifa, thank you so much for that. Odù Ifá Ìka Meji. Before we go into our teaching, what is the first thing that we do? And Yomo, what's the first thing we do before we go into our teaching? Kí la kọ́kọ́ máa ń ṣe ká tó lọ sínú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá o. Kí ni nǹkan tá a kọ́kọ́ máa ń ṣe tá a bá jí? Ìbà ni ìbà. Ìbà is how we pay homage to the powers that be. I told you that everything about Ifá, everything about Yoruba people, pardon me, is spiritual. Everything about us is spiritual. So when you say, Mena, sorry, sorry, Mena, thank you so much for that. Yoruba people are spiritual. Everything about us is deeply rooted in our spirituality. So when you look at Yoruba people and say, they are very respectful and very courteous, that's it. You find it in everything we do, and it came from our spirituality, because in Ifá, before we do anything, we will first make Iba. Iba is paying homage to the powers that be, the powers that hold this earth, and every spiritual authority, that physical and spiritual authority that Elédùmarè has put in place. We start by making Iba. That's the first thing that we do. Someone says, when you say Orishas are people like you and me, are you on about Irumole as well? For the topic of Orishas, Irumoles, àwọn ìyá mi, go to my YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV. There is a video that has all of that as a topic. It talks about àwọn ìyá mi, àwọn ajogun, Èṣù, the Orishas, and the Irumoles. So go to my YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV. Scroll down, you will find that it's about a 3-hour video explained in details. Take your time and watch it so that we don't spend time repeating something we have already taught. Where are you streaming from? I'm streaming from my house in Nigeria, from the office of Ifá College. If you need anything from me personally, send a message to the WhatsApp number that is showing on your screen. Mena, please, can you copy the WhatsApp number and post it? Thank you. So we start with Iba. Iba is how we pay homage to the powers that be. Come and turn it on. Are you still there? Sunshine. Akọ́dá ayé àṣèbá 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 tí wáyé ọjọ́ àṣèbá tí wọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀. There's a button at the back of this thing. On and off button. Have you seen it? It is. Turn it first time. Let me see. Second time. Turn it around. Or call David for me. He's the one that understands. Go and call. He will do it. He's somewhere in the back. Sorry for that interruption. Can somebody post the WhatsApp number? Where is everybody? Everybody on my contact list. If you're on my WhatsApp list, just copy it. Go to WhatsApp, copy it from there into the comment section so I can pin it. Akọ́dáyé àṣèbà, àṣèbà ṣẹ̀dá, àṣèbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, àṣèbà tí wọ̀ oòrùn. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé, àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Òrànmọ níṣẹ́ fàyàtì, àṣèbà ọba tó lọ kọrin kése. Ọba lánàá, ọba lénìí, ọba títí ayérayé, àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé, àṣèbà, àṣèbà. Elédùmarè ọba aládé àlàáfíà, àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Níbi gbogbo tá a ti dúró tá a ti ń pe àwọn irúnmọlẹ̀ lénìí, àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pákẹ́ àlàkẹ́, àṣèbà. Ẹ̀yin alágogo idẹ, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi atẹ̀dọ̀jòrò òró, ẹ̀yin olókìkí òró, ẹ̀yin arógbaṣọ má bòtán, ẹ̀yin arógbaṣọ má balẹ̀, àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Ní gbogbo ibi tá a ti dúró tá a ti ń jẹ́ káàárọ̀ òjíire, gbogbo ibi tá a ti ń dúró tá a ti ń jẹ́ ọmọ Ifá, òun láti júbà. Ajúbà gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà, àwọn tó ṣílẹ̀kùn ọjọ́ ìní, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Aníkọ́lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tá à ń ṣọ̀tẹ̀ fún lẹ́nu nìkan gbà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Olúbíkin ọ̀sán ìbíkin, àṣèbà. Àjàgùnmàlẹ̀ olúwo òde ọ̀run, àṣèbà. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pákẹ́ àlàkẹ́, àṣèbà. Àṣèbà orí, àṣèbà ẹlẹ́dàá, àṣèbà gbogbo agbára tó solé ayé ró, àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn lọ́balọ́ba níjòyè níjòyè lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé níbi tẹ́ ẹ ti jókòó tẹ́ ẹ ti ń jẹ́ aláṣẹ ìkejì òrìṣà, àṣèbà, àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Àníkádé ó pẹ́ lórí yín bàbá mi, àní kí bàtà ó pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀, àní kí rùkẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ́ lọ́wọ́, àní kí àṣẹ kó pẹ́ lẹ́nu, àní kí ìlú kó má torí ti ní tú láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àní kí bà wá ṣẹ o. Gbogbo lọ́balọ́ba níjòyè níjòyè láṣèbà fún, àní kí bà wá ṣẹ. Ajíbọ́lá mi ò gbúdọ̀ ọ̀rà, Ajíbọ́lá ẹ̀dán, mo ṣèbá ẹ̀dán, mo ṣèbá Ajíbọ́lá, mo ṣèbá gbogbo àwọn ọmọ onílé, mo ṣe ogbó atọ́, mo ṣe ogbó alàwòrò ló tù ń fẹ́, mo ṣe ogbó kọrin kése fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọlé Ajíbọ́lá látòrí olúwo títí dórí àwọn ọ̀yá àbíyè, àwọn balógun, àwọn lísà, àwọn apènà látòkèdókè láì dápá kan sí rárá, àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Ọlọ́kọ̀ tó wà wá sáyé, àṣèbà. Ìyá wa bàbá wa, àwọn tó wà pẹ̀lú wa àtàwọn tó ti rebi àgbáre, àṣèbà yín o, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Mo ṣèbá gbogbo orí kọ̀ọ̀kan tó péjọpọ̀ sí bí lẹ́yìn nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wà, mo ṣèbà, mo ní kíbà wá ṣẹ o. Àti wá bọ́ sínú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá mi ìlérí. Wọ́n ní Ifá ni afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé, kífá wá fọ̀nà ọ̀hún wá lẹ́yìn. Wọ́n ní Ifá ni ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín. Ìpín tá a yàn yẹn kífá wá fi hàn wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní Ifá ni ohun ẹnu Olódùmarè. Kí Olódùmarè wá gba ẹnu Odù Ifá tá a fẹ́ wí lẹ́yìn kó wá gbà kó wá fi bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ká má fetí ọ̀tún gbọ́ kó gba tòsí jáde o, ká má ṣe lásán láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní Ifá olókun òun la sọ̀rọ̀ dayọ̀, kífá wá sọ̀rọ̀ èmi àti yín dayọ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Bá a ṣe ń kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá tá à ń mú ṣe tá à ń mú lò láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, kó dénú wa kó dodindi, kó dénú wa kó múre wá kó mú ọlá wá kó mú ọlà wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn òrìṣà, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn onímọ̀lẹ̀, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn aláṣẹkù, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn fún wa, àwọn tó lànà káwa tó lànà, àwọn tó ṣe awo ká tó ṣe, àwọn tó ní ká máa ṣàwo. Adúpẹ́ adúpẹ́ adúpẹ́. Wọ́n lọ́dún tuntun la tún ti bọ́ sílé ní ọdún ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́ fèmí àti yín. Nílé lóko níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wà, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wà lẹ́yìn odi, ọdún ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́, ọdún ìdùnnú, ọdún àlàáfíà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwa ní ṣe lásán nínú ọdún yìí. Gbogbo làálàá kòókòó jọjọ wa kò ní bọ́ sásán torí pàwá ti ṣèbà. Wọ́n ní ọmọdé tó bá wọlé tó bá júbà, wọ́n ló doge dandan kó lóko dalẹ̀. Èmi àti yín àáròkó dalẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àṣẹ. Ẹ ṣé gan ni adúpẹ́. Thank you so much for those of you on YouTube. Thank you for that gift. Adúpẹ́, ẹ ṣé. Odù Ifá ìka méjì ni Odù Ifá tá a máa gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí. Ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ o, let's wrap up the energy that we have here today. Ẹ jẹ́ kí lè máa bọ́ọ̀n lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan níbẹ̀ yẹn. Odù Ifá ìka méjì. For those of you that are joining for the first time, this is what we do. So we have a book that we're putting together, the Sacred Text of Ifá, put together by Ifá College under the guidance of Emi Chief Iyanifa Ewa tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Iyanifa Ewa. It contains all the 256 Odù Ifá in Yoruba and in English. Some of you might even be wondering, we have so many of such books. Why do you feel the need to make another one or put another one or write another one? Very valid question. And that is because all the ones that we have that I have seen as at today, they either contain just the Yoruba rendering. Some of them is translated into English, Spanish, Portuguese, and other languages. But you will not find anyone that goes the step further to break it down into blessings and lessons that is in that Odù. So in the sacred text of Ifa as put together by Ifa College under me, Iyanifa Ewa, we have extracted the lessons and the blessings of each essay Ifa. And then we have pointed out how to apply it to our everyday lives. Yes, after you have read the Odù Ifá, how do you apply it to your everyday life? And then we have also extracted the Iwure, which is a prayer that is attached to each of that essay. Now you see that is a holistic thing. Yes, you can take it as a practical real life guide. So we are diving into another one, and I am opportuned to have a glimpse into the manuscript of the sacred text of Ifa, and I will be reading and explaining to you from there. Odù Ifá ìka Meji. Ifá ní èjìká lẹ́wù. Ifá ní èjìká òun lẹ́wù. Adífá fún olóńgbò jìgọ̀lọ̀, èyí tí ó máa múre gbogbo lámú bọ́, ẹbọ làwo ni kó mú ṣe. Ó máa mú àmúbọ́ ere, má mú àmúbọ́ ere mọ́ kó o máa mú kó le. Ẹ̀là ìsòdè, ẹ̀là ìsòdè, Ifá mú ere náà kó le. Ẹ̀là ìsòdè, ẹ̀mú alágbẹ̀dẹ kan kì í mú irin kó bọ́. Ẹ̀là ìsòdè, Ifá mú ere náà kó le. Ẹ̀là ìsòdè. Let's read that again, but this time around, pay attention. For the non-Yoruba speaking audience, relax. I'm going to translate to English. Èjìká lẹ́wù, adífá fún olóńgbò jìgọ̀lọ̀, tí ó máa mú ire gbogbo lámú bọ́. Ẹbọ làwo ni kó mú ṣe, ò bá múre náà kó le. Ẹ̀là ìsòdè, ẹ̀là ìsòdè, Ifá múre náà kó le. Ẹ̀là ìsòdè, ẹ̀mú alágbẹ̀dẹ kan kì í múrin kó bọ́. Ẹ̀là ìsòdè, Ifá múre náà kó le. Ẹ̀là ìsòdè. Queen B. Evans, I greet you. Ifá ní ẹni yìí mú àwọn oore kan lámú bọ́. Ifá ní kó rúbọ. Ifá ní kí ogun àmúbọ́ má bàa jà mọ́. Òun ni nǹkan tá à ń sọ lórí Odù Ifá tèmi. Now let's read it in English. Èjìká is the shoulder that supports the neck so that your clothes will not fall off. It is your shoulder that is supporting your entire body right now. Tí ò jẹ́ káṣọ ó yẹ̀. Ifá was cast for olóńgbò jìgọ̀lọ̀. Olóńgbò jìgọ̀lọ̀ is a species of the cat family. The one whose blessings kept on slipping away. So why did he make this divination? Because his blessings kept slipping away. He was told to perform ẹbọ. He obeyed and he carried out the ẹbọ. He gathered his blessings and he held them firmly so that they will not fall. The hunter's charm protects the hunter. Ifá gathered all his blessings and secured them. Just like the blacksmith tools holds the iron firmly, so one must hold tightly the blessings that they have received. Ifá says anybody that this Odù Ifá comes out from, it's not like the person is not receiving blessings, but as they receive it, it's falling off. Brothers and sisters in Ifá, Enyomoawo, does that sound familiar? Ori Amubo. Now, I told you that Yoruba is very descriptive and Ifá is very straightforward. When Olóńgbò Jìgọ̀lọ̀, that cat, came to Ifá to do a divination, Ifá said, let me tell you a story. And that's the story of the shoulder. Look at your shoulder. Imagine we don't have shoulder and you wear fine clothes. You have bought the best of clothes, the finest of clothes. Iyanifa, I saw your compliment the other time about the color of my outfit. Thank you so much. I was in the midst. My spirit was receiving some downloads and explaining some things. That was why I couldn't respond to you. Eshegoni. Imagine you have these pretty clothes that you have bought and you want to put it on and you have no shoulders. It's going to fall off. If I use that to explain to Ologbo Jigolo that this is what you are experiencing. So some of you are here. It's not as if you don't receive blessings. Àfi tó o bá máa purọ́ tó o bá máa jalè pé Olódùmarè ò ṣoore fún ẹ, páwọn ọ̀rúnmọlẹ̀ ò ṣe fún ẹ, pórí àtẹlẹ́dàá ò ṣe fún ẹ, irọ́ ni. Except you want to deceive yourself and be ungrateful. You cannot raise up your hand and say Olódùmarè has not done an ire for you. You cannot raise up your hand and say you have not received goodness or blessings from the divine. But 365 days in 2025 went, nothing to show for it. You started the year, received a lot of blessings, but at the end of the year they say, show us what this year did for you. You had nothing to show. Àmúbọ̀ ore ni Yorùbá máa ń pè. Àmúbọ̀ means you pick something and then it falls off. You pick something and then it falls off. Pick something and then it falls off. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣèwúre fún yín. Gbogbo orí kọ̀ọ̀kan tó péjọpọ̀ síbí lénìí níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wà. Àtèmi àti yín àní múre àmúbọ́mọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọdún tuntun tá a wọ̀ yìí, èmi àti yín ò ní mú orí àmúbọ́. Orí ò ní gbọ̀n dànù lọ́wọ́ wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní ṣubú dànù o, àní ṣe lásán. Àní ṣiṣẹ́ bí erin ká wá máa jẹjẹ bí aáyán láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àlémi àti yín sẹ́ àní má mú bọ́ orí mọ́. For every one of you watching this, under the sound of this, either listening or watching, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, your blessings will not fall off again. You will not walk and have somebody else reap from it. You will not walk and stumble in life to waste away everything that you have worked for. Wasted effort, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, it will not be a part of your existence anymore. But Ifá says here is what it is. In Ifá, in ÌṢẸШE, in Yoruba spirituality, we just do not make prayers and leave it there. There is a responsibility that you have to take. There is something that is responsible for that. During the divination, Ifá will point you to what is responsible for your blessings just falling off. Because the universe has played their own part. They've directed the blessings to you. Your Irúnmọlẹ̀ have played their part. They've given you the blessings. Ifá has played their part. Ifá ti fa oore wá fún yín. But there must be something that is causing it to fall off. The support that you need. Èjìká, wọ́n ní èjìká ni ò jẹ́ kẹ́wù yẹ̀. So some of you in this life, your èjìká is not there. What is supposed to be the support for you is not there. You are going through life and believing the lies that this generation have told you that I don't need anybody, I don't need anything, I don't believe in God. All of these things they are saying is a lie. I know so many people that don't believe in God and their life is good. Continue. You think everybody will come to you on social media and show you what their secret is, what they believe in, and they will show you the ejika that is not letting their asho to jabo? You think they will come to social media and film the support that is not letting their blessings to fall off? Continue to deceive yourself. As a grown adult, you are still of the school of thoughts that I don't need anybody, I don't need anybody. Nǹkan tí Olóńgbò Jìgọ̀lọ̀ ṣe débi tó ti ń mórí àmúbọ́ nìyẹn. That is what this special cat did. That blessing started to drop off. Are you not tired? Making effort, working so hard, you know people. Tó bá léèyàn mọ̀yàn, you know people. Tó bá léèyàn ní connections, you have the connections. But nothing to show. When they say pick 10 people that works hard and works smart and they are not lazy, everybody around you will pick you in number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10. Yes, they will pick you repeatedly. But what do you have to show for it? Nothing. There is always the support. There is the part of buying the clothes. You have bought the clothes, you have earned it. There is the part of the shoulder. When you are buying clothes in the market, nobody sells shoulder along with it. You have to make sure you have shoulder, you have that support. Èjìká ni ò jẹ́ ká show yẹ̀. Look around you and ask yourself, who or what is the èjìká that Olódùmarè has given me? Who or what is the support that Olódùmarè has given me? If you do not want to mori amubo in 2026, if you do not want to mori amubo in that new relationship, in that new partnership, in that new business, you must ask yourself, what is my ejika? What is my shoulder that is supposed to support me? If you do not want to lose your blessings, you need to ask yourself that what has Olódùmarè placed in your life as your ejika, as your support? Some of you is your parents. Some of you is your siblings. For some people is your friend. Some of you is your partner, your spouse. Some of you is your babalawo, your Iyanifa, your babalorisha, your Iyalorisha. I still did a divination for somebody yesterday. And the divination went clearly to say there is a woman in your life that Olódùmarè has placed there that gives you advice, gives you direction, supports you, directs you, look out for you. Olódùmarè said in this new year that is going, or that we are just entering into, Ifá says, do not abandon that person. Ejika eniyen o. And the first question I asked the client, I hope you know who the person is. He said, ma, I know it's you. I've always known it's you. When I went to Ibodu, they told me I will meet one woman that will guide me in the path of life. And ever since I met you, that is what has been happening. It's good for you to recognize it. How do you check? Send a message to the WhatsApp number that is pinned on your screen. HRH Mena just posted it and I've pinned it. It's pinned on the screen. Find out what your own ejika and your support is. There are certain people that Olódùmarè has placed in your path in life that the moment you hit on something big, they are in their house praying day and night that you should not lose it, because they know your success is their success. They know once it is sought for you, life is good for them. Those are your ejika, your support system. Some of you is your egbe. Your egbe is physically manifesting around. These are people that only direct you to take care of maybe widows, orphans, people that are marginalized in one way or the other. As you give to them, the moment they hear that they've promoted this woman, they are praying day and night. They will go any length to just make sure that you don't lose that thing, because they know that in your success lies their own success. The responsibility is on you to find it out. Is different for all of us, which is why I always remind you that Ifá is an individual journey. Anybody who stood on the pulpit yesterday and told you 2026 is the year of double portion, you see that thing? There is nothing as insulting to an adult as to those New Year things that they always give you. Because I keep saying it, everybody is at different points in their lives. 2026 for some people is the year that they are supposed to learn sense. Some people, repeated karma. Life has been teaching them a certain lesson. They have refused to learn. 2026, they will still go through that same karma again to learn. That's where some people are. Some of us have learned and we have started moving forward. 2026 is the year for us to multiply in the things that we are doing. Some of you just decided to start on a new leaf and you are just laying the foundation. How can you come into a community, different people are building, then you say 2026 is the year that we will get the highest rent, the highest rent will come in for you. Somebody just bought land and is going to spend 6 months on foundation because what? Filling station lonko. And then you are telling that person that is a year of rent. Meanwhile, there is somebody that has finished building his house. Everybody is at different points. Don't let them continue to deceive you. The responsibility is on you to find out what it is for you in this lifetime at this time. So according to this Odù Ifá, they said ejika is the shoulder that is supporting and is not allowing your clothes to fall. Find out what your own ejika is if you have not spotted it, and it changes from time to time. This person might be in your life at this time to be your support, to not let your blessings fall off. It might be somebody else in another season, which is why there is the Odù Ifá admonishes us. It says, "Bano sheri enile ma ribe lo mu babalawo difa orun." The way yesterday was, today might not be like that. That is why an Ifa priest is encouraged to make his divination every week to find out what is what, excuse me, what I learned last week, is it applicable today? This is your responsibility in life, to always find out. That is why I keep hammering it into your ear. Ifa is an individual journey. If you do not get on it for yourself and you are waiting for what did somebody say today, what did another person say tomorrow, as much as it is good to get knowledge, make sure that the knowledge you are getting is coming from a place of you already know what works for you. So ejika for this season, you need to find it out. Now let's extract the lessons and the blessings in this Odù. Lesson number 1, Ifa says, your blessings must be protected. Receiving them is not enough. I like it when Ifa sounds like that. Because me, I like when we have responsible adults. Auntie Lande, thank you so much for posting the WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is pinned on the screen right now. Please copy it if you need to send a personal message. Ifa says it is one thing to receive blessing. It is another thing to be able to keep it and sustain it. It is one thing to receive blessing. It's another thing to keep it and sustain it. Look at life around you. It's one thing to say, hey, I found a man, I found a woman, I found my own person, the flesh of my flesh and the bone of your bone. May you not be bone of somebody, but since you people have started finding bone and flesh like scavengers, you have found your own bone and your own flesh as a scavenger. Congratulations. But it is one thing to find, is another thing to maintain. It is one thing to find the right business for you. It is another thing to know how not to lose it. It is one thing to come to Aji and say, I want customers. Eba mi shishi Àbọrú, spiritual work to bring customers. Yes, we have it. They will be coming in their thousands. It is another thing to be able to sustain it and maintain it. It is another thing to be able to sustain it and maintain it. Rena, thank you so much for that compliment. So Ifa says, it is your responsibility to find where your blessings are. Remember that the hashtag for this program is, my blessing is here now. Ashe, it is done. Iwureni, we have been able to dig up our ire. Then ask yourself, how do I keep myself from losing it? How do I keep myself from losing this ire? Because it is not enough for a woman to get pregnant. How does she keep herself from losing the pregnancy? That's the only time they will be able to call her mommy twins, mommy triplets. Nobody is going to congratulate anybody for getting pregnant. They will congratulate you for carrying it to full term and birthing a live child. So it is your responsibility to make sure that that blessing that you received, it is maintained. You don't lose it. When I make Iwure and I say, Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, Ìrètà kókò ní gbọ̀n dànù. Include it in your Iwure for yourself every day. Ire ọwọ́ mi ò ní gbọ̀n dànù. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní gbà ṣe mi ṣe. Mi ò ní ṣubú dànù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Say it to yourself. The blessings that I hold in my hand, it will not fall off. Wickedness of this world will not dust it off. I will not stumble and lose everything that I've worked for. Iṣẹ́ tí mo fi àárọ̀ ọjọ́ mi ṣe kò ní dọ̀sán kó sọnù. Kò ní dalẹ́ kó dòkú mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. These are Iwure that you are supposed to say to yourself, not I kabash in the name of the blood of Zachariah. Ejoko, sit down and speak precise words to yourself. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, bí èjìká ò ṣe jẹ́ káṣọ ó yẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè tí rán sí mi bí èjìká, wọn ò ní jẹ́ kó rí ọwọ́ mi gbọ̀n dànù. Àwọn ọ̀rúnmọlẹ̀ tí mò ń pè, wọ́n á dúró bí èjìká fún mi, wọn ò ní jẹ́ kó rí ọwọ́ mi gbọ̀n dànù. That's the Iwure you are supposed to make for yourself. But some of you, your excuses, Iyanifa, I don't know how to make Iwure. And I sat down to put Iwure together on TikTok, on YouTube. You have still not subscribed. If you are on this TikTok page, Go to the bio. You will see subscription there, or subscribe, whatever is written there. Click on it. Subscribe on praying the right way in Ifa and ÌṢÄШE, learning how to pray the right way. For those of you that your subscription has expired, I'm including another video this week. So go and renew your subscription. This week, I'm including another video for a new set of Iwuri, another 10 minutes video on a new set of Iwuri. I would always do it both in Yoruba and in English so that you can understand and you can learn. And it doesn't matter whether you are saying it in Yoruba or in English. Olódùmarè created everything, including the languages. Your spirit understands the languages. And if you are somebody that is non-Yoruba, you hear it in English, you can also decide to make those Iwuri in your own local dialect. There is something about saying it in your local dialect. And if you are on YouTube, you are catching a replay or you are watching it live on YouTube, go to the bio and click on join. After subscribing, click on join. Is that okay? On YouTube, click on join and it will take you to the different profiles. Click on pray the right way in Ifa and ÌШÄШE. Is that okay? And if you skipped that part, go and watch the replay. Ejo, another video will be included, like I said. Now, what is the other lesson we learned? Ifa says carelessness. Carelessness can cause loss, even after success has been achieved. So thank you so much for that gift. Ifa says your carelessness can cause a loss, even after success has been achieved. Carelessness is one. See, any blessing that Olódùmarè gives you, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. Protect it. Protect it. The children that Olódùmarè has given you, protect them. The relationship Olódùmarè has given you, protect it. You see, let me pause in the part of that relationship and let you understand what is going on in this generation. We have heard people say it several times that the home unit, the family unit is the bedrock of everything in life, right? The bedrock of everything in life. Is that okay? That's the family unit. So if you want to mess up with an entire people, you mess up with the family unit. And that is why there is so much pressure on the whole idea of relationship, commitment, marriage, family, and all of that. I don't want you to be caught in that deception. People are all over social media creating content for money, and you are building your life on something that somebody is doing that doesn't care about you except the money you are bringing to them by viewing and engaging. And they come to you to say, if you are married to a man, it is not your job to protect him. If a man wants to be protected, let him protect himself. Ifa has taught you today that there are some ejikati okinjeka show. Yeah, there are some things in life that is supposed to be a support. It's like bringing children into the world and saying, I'm not responsible for their life. If they want to succeed, let them go ahead and succeed. Thank you so much, Rena. Let them go ahead and succeed. You don't say that. If you know you are not going to support them and protect them and make sure they succeed at all costs, why did you bring them into the world? It was optional. Babies don't fall on people. The same way, if you know you are not able to protect and support your partner, leave somebody's son alone, leave somebody's daughter alone. Let them be able to move on to other people that understand what interpersonal relationship is and is ready to give it what it takes. You come to comment section, you see couple that are in love, family that is doing okay, you say God when. God answers your prayer. Somebody finds you, you find somebody, you people come together. Then you go to social media and go and be receiving advice on how to run your relationship, how to run your life. And then they tell you, it is not your duty to protect a man from going. Everything that is worth having, everything that you long for, that you can pray for, that you wish for, that makes you happy is worth protecting. Ifa says it here, you can receive blessing and it can fall off. You can get married to a man and woman today and lose them. And it is not every time that it's village people. There is the responsibility. Even if it doesn't work, you should be able to beat your chest as an adult human being and say, for what is what, I did my part. I played my part. I did my best. Yes, it takes both you and the other person. But you should be able to tell yourself that you did. It says here, carelessness causes loss. Even after success has been achieved, you protect your finances, you protect your assets, you protect your children, you protect your family members. Then it comes to your relationship. Then because somebody has 10 million subscribers on TikTok, they are holding it. As a woman, you are not supposed to do any of that. A man that wants to stay will stay. Tell your children. Some of us have adult children, right? Is there ever any points that a parent gets to and say, if my adult child wants to succeed, let them succeed. There is nothing I'm doing again. Even if you say it with your mouth because you are frustrated, deep down in your heart, you carry them as your responsibility for life. Both your children, their own spouses, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. So why would you now, somebody that you have said you want to do life with, you will now let social media put you into a situation where a good woman has come into your life and you lose it? It's possible for you to lose it. And the fact that you have lost it is not proof that, it was God that was working out something. Ifa says you can be careless and lose what Elédùmarè gave you. Ajay can give you blessing and you can still lose it. Because that part is on you. The next lesson says stability, discipline, and awareness are required to preserve your prosperity. Stability, responsibility, awareness, discipline is required for you to preserve your prosperity. Please send in your daily hearts me. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep reposting, keep tapping, sending your gift. Adupe Eshe. Thank you so much. Stability, discipline, awareness is required to preserve your prosperity. All those attributes is going to come from you. It's not going to come from prayer. Mental stability, emotional stability. Remember when we were having recap for last year and I talked about our health? A lot of us are not mentally stable. A lot of you. Let me add myself to that list. Be sure that what you are praying for, you have the stability to maintain it. If you are not emotionally, psychologically, mentally stable to handle friendship, to handle business, to handle relationship, don't go into it, because you will need a lot of it to be able to what? Preserve that prosperity. If you are not mentally and emotionally aware as to how to maintain a friendship, a relationship, a marriage, don't go into it, because you will need a lot of it. Mr. Dayo P1, Echo Jumo, you will need a lot of it to be able to maintain it. So as you are going through life, make sure that you are not the reason you are losing your blessing, because it's easy to point finger at every other person. Make sure you are not the reason that you are losing that thing that you have worked so hard for. The next lesson, Ifa says, helpers and divine support must be honored, not neglected. Helpers and divine support must be honored, not neglected. I don't need anybody in this life. I can do everything on my own. Nobody is that important. Everybody is replaceable until they are not replaceable. I can do everything on my own until you cannot do it on your own. I don't need any support. I don't want to wait for anybody to do anything. Nobody is asking you to be entitled. But there is a world of difference between entitlement and just being outrightly foolishly thinking that you can live life on your own. Elédùmarè has put some people in your path. Ifa calls them divine helpers and divine support. They have been there for you. And they are there, they are doing all these things. You are looking at them like, this one is Mumu, I've seen Maga. And you are taking from them, taking from them. You think, it's like a child that the mother is cooking for. Then the child is thinking, this woman is not smart. She's making me eat for free. She's not even asking me for money. And instead of him to honor and take care of his mother, leave that woman alone. She will always bring it for me. I know how much she loves me. What do you call that child? Very foolish child. That's the way some of you are doing. Your helpers are there, divine ordained helpers. Instead of you to identify them, honor them, maintain and preserve the relationship you have. Internet is telling you, everybody is replaceable. Everybody is replaceable. I hope you know that after you have dropped this phone, after you have dropped that phone, I hope you know there is a real world outside there. I hope you know if it gets right down to it, your followers are not going to contribute to your life because they are still trying to figure out their own life. I hope you know. I hope you know that there are some points when the journey of life gets very challenging. The only people that will care enough to stand by you are your divine helpers, because they are destined on your path, and those are the people that are a part of your egbe. Let me mention this before I continue. Ifa Business School is officially starting today. For everybody that has registered at the Ifa Business School, you would receive your email shortly on how to proceed with your first class. I poured my heart, my spirit, my soul, my body, my entire being and 25 years of entrepreneurial experience into those teachings. Different classes of people. Some people will be having daily classes, some people weekly classes, and some people are having their own personalized and customized teaching. For those of you that got the pre-video already, I'm receiving so many comments like the pre-video already. Somebody is like, I just heard what I needed to hear for my business. Ifa is filled with knowledge of everything. There is a way our forefathers built and structured their businesses, their finances, their economy. And one thing that stands out is that they built generational wealth. We don't do that anymore. Most people just work now, make money, give inheritance to their children, yes, but give it another 10 years after they have gone, everything just goes down. Meanwhile, where we were coming from, the people we call ancestors, they built things in family. You enter into your village and they say, where is the family of the blacksmith? They direct you there. You don't need to know who is the current blacksmith. They are riding on the name that family has created. Every new blacksmith that comes out from that family is prospering based on what their forefathers had done. It's called generational wealth. You are here today. You are renting an apartment, hustling to buy a car, hustling to pay your children's school fees. Your parents did the same thing. Their parents did the same thing. You are doing the same thing. With the way you are going on in life, your children are going to do the same thing. Kò ń ṣèpè. Yorùbá dẹ̀ ní ìran mẹ́ta ò kí ń tòṣì. Bó tó bá wọnú family ẹ̀ dáadáa, ìran mẹ́rin mà ti ń tòṣì lọ. And you think what? The village people are responsible for that. Yoruba has a saying that 3 families in succession should not or does not end up in poverty, meaning that great-grandfather should not be poor, grandfather should be poor, and father should be poor. But look at your family now. Look at the history of your family. You are going on the 4th generation of poverty-stricken people. And you think it's your village people. At what point do you want to break out of it? Look at how hard you work. How do you think you will feel if you are age 90 and you see your children and grandchildren doing the same thing? Western education will teach you how to make money. Trust me, people have applied it and they've made money. But look at the money that people have been making with the knowledge of, with the financial knowledge of Western education. Look at it. What is sustainable with it? Look at the people you used to hear that they were rich and wealthy when you were young. Look at the names. Try to recall the names you used to hear. Where are those names today? Where are those people today? It takes more than just a financial class to help you to make money. It takes somebody that is going back into your roots, into your source, into your foundation and your ancestral lineage to find out, how did our own forefathers create generational wealth? Without Western education, how did they do it? Look at establishments like the Odù investment in Yoruba land that birthed Wema Bank. See how many years they have been in existence. And look at how many banks have come up, how many companies have come up after them, that they could not even exist 1 year after the demise of the person that put sweat and blood and life to build it. That is why we had to sit down and we dug into the secrets and the knowledge of Ifá. There are 16 major principles in Ifá that teaches the foundation of financial wealth and generational wealth creation. I have been in entrepreneurship for 25 straight years, uninterrupted. I've never had to pick a 9-to-5 job. I've never had to work for anybody. I've never had to be paid salary aside from NYSC. Even during NYSC, I still did not work. I didn't. I was a pastor in Christ Embassy Church, and that's where I did my NYSC. And I've spent the last 1 decade putting into practice the business principles of Ifá. And those of you that know me, that have known me on Facebook for about 15 years, when I was a business coach on Facebook, building different businesses, look at my life in the last 10 years and look at that time that you used to know me. The things that I have been able to sustain, that I have built with foundation, that I can say if anything happens today, my children are going on with it. The structure is there, the roots is there. They are the things I built after I came into Ifá. I've been able to weigh both sides. I have an MBA. I've been able to see both sides. I have seen this side, and I have collated everything in what we call Ifá Business School. And if you need a jika of support for your finances, you will go to ifacollege.ng and apply for the Ifá Business School and learn. What do you stand to lose? What's the worst that can happen? You are going to find out the way your own ancestors built. Forget the stories that they told you. I mean, look at how Western world is building and running after money desperately. Sometimes, if you are a kind-hearted and a good person, you just cannot fit into this society with the way people are looking for money. It doesn't make sense. Sometimes you want to take a step back, like, I want to enjoy the things of life, but I don't want to go about it the way this world is going about it. Think about how our ancestors built it. They built beautiful families, beautiful relationships, great community, wonderful health. They were resting. They were in good state of mind. Yet they built generational wealth. You don't have to lose your integrity, lose yourself, lose sleep, lose everything in life to be able to make money. People are throwing around the idea that a CEO doesn't sleep for more than 4 hours in a day. That doesn't make it right. Our forefathers worked. They worked very hard. But there's a saying in Yoruba language that ẹni tó bá ń pẹ́ lóko tẹ́ ẹ bá bá lóko lóru olè ló ń jà níbẹ̀, ó fẹ́ jíṣu ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀ ni. Meaning that if you find anybody in the farm at night saying, I'm going to work in the farm at night, the person is going there to steal the yam of his fellow farmers. Nobody is expecting you to be in the farm at night. That's what it means. Everybody, once his sun falls, people go home and rest. That is how our forefathers grew wealth. They were not working round the clock, yet they built generational wealth. And they were fulfilled, they were happy, they were satisfied, and they built wealth for children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. People were born into existing business structures, and they did it with their integrity intact, with their marriage intact, their relationship intact. They did it, and they were still raising children well. They had their peace of mind, they had good health, they had good rest. How did they do it? That's what we are teaching at the Ifa Business School. So please head over to the website ifacollege.ng, just like that, ifacollege.ng. Click on the 3 buttons up. It takes you to the menu bar. It should be the first or second item on the menu, Ifa Business School. Scroll down and see the one that works for you. Daily classes, weekly classes, and customized classes. And register for one. Find out these things. It doesn't come by prayer. The prayer you have prayed, God, I want to succeed in life. This live streaming you are watching, this video you stumbled on is the answer. So the knowledge you need is what is here now, and you need to find it and apply it for yourself. So I say congratulations for our pioneer students at the Ifa College. Thank you so much for those of you that have sent in your reviews based on the intro video that you watched over the last 3 days. I am so grateful that just the introduction, people are, I wish I could share certain voice notes, just the introduction. The next 26 days for those of you that registered for the daily class, or the next 26 weeks, the next 6 months for those of you that registered for the weekly class, is going to be packed out. And it is a practical class. You're going to have assignments and worksheets. You are going to show me how you have applied it to your business and your finances and the results you have gotten. Now let's continue. Odù Ifá Meji is the Odù Ifá for today. We have seen the lessons and the blessings. Now we are going to, how do we apply this Odù to our modern day life? First off, Ifá says, let's look at our personal growth. Your personal growth. The WhatsApp number is pinned on your screen right now. Copy it, send a message, drop a voice note if you need to speak to me. Ifá says, don't waste opportunities after receiving them. Maintain them. Don't waste opportunities. Wasting opportunities is literally wasting your time and your resources. It's a new year, so it's a very good time to hear this for those of you that are big on New Year resolutions. But at whatever point you are watching this video, it doesn't even matter. Every day you need to wake up with a resolution of, I want to do better than I did yesterday. Your competition is with your past self. So you are telling yourself right now that I will no longer waste opportunities after receiving them. I will maintain discipline. I will have sense. I will no longer be a part of people that says you should do it on your own. You should not take care of people. You should not think it. No, I am going to be spiritually disciplined to understand what I need to do to maintain the blessings and the opportunities and the success that I have received. In your career and your wealth, Ifá says wealth must be managed wisely or it will slip away. A lot of you are learning how to make money, grow business, but please, if there's anything you have not paid enough attention on, is how to maintain that business and stop yourself from losing it. How to maintain business and stop yourself from losing it. How not to lose the business. How not to lose the financial opportunities that you have. Please, let that be your focus this year. Add it. Look for research different Odù Ifá that teaches you on how to maintain those things that you have. Wonderful relationships that you have in your life that has been profitable for you, that has informed your growth. Excuse me. That has been profitable for you, that has helped you grow. Make sure all you are thinking about this year is how to maintain them and not to lose them. In your job, you have a good job right now. You just got promoted. It is good to work so distinctively and get a promotion, but there is also the other part of not losing it, because as there is promotion at work, there is demotion. No? It doesn't matter what level you have been promoted to, people still lose their job after being promoted to the highest level. So as you're working hard and smart towards your promotion, towards moving up, remember to also work on maintaining it and not losing it. It is a thing to receive blessing and slip away. Ifá calls it àmúbọ́, Yoruba calls it àmúbọ́. Àmúbọ́ ò ní jẹ́ tèmi àti yín o, but there is a responsibility that we have to take. In your relationship, Ifá says value and protect supportive relationship, or you risk losing them. Those of you on YouTube, the WhatsApp number is posted. Those of you watching live on YouTube, the WhatsApp number is posted on your screen. Just copy it the way Janet Africana has posted it. +2348084172309. Just copy it like that. If you're catching a replay, every contact you need will be in the description box of the video. Value and protect supportive relationship, or you risk losing them. Ifá is the one that said it, is not me. Value and protect supportive relationships. People have supported you. People are genuinely rooting for you. Value and support them. It's your responsibility to find out those people that your Egbe has placed along your way, who are supporting you, who are rooting for you, whose success is embedded in your own, whose life depends on you. They will do anything to make sure that you continue to succeed. Find them. Create wonderful relationships with them. Maintain relationship with them. They are your Egbe in this life. Your Egbe they are your comrades, your friends, your society. Those are your own personal people. Protect them. Maintain your relationship with them. They are going to be a part of your journey. If you lose them, you are going to lose a lot of blessings. In your spiritual life, Ifá says sacrifice and consistency secures long-term blessing. Now let's go back to that Odù Ifá Meji. Ifá says èjìkálẹ̀ o, adífá fún olóńgbò jìgọ̀lọ̀, èyí tí ó máa mú ire gbogbo lámùbọ́, ẹbọ láwo ní kó mú ṣe. Ò bá múre kó le, ẹ̀là sòdè, Ifá múre náà kó le, ẹ̀là ìsòdè. Ẹ̀mú alágbẹ̀dẹ wo ló ń mú irin lámùbọ́? Now, Ifá says, ẹbọ láwo ní kó mú ṣe, wọ́n ní kó ṣẹbọ o. When the cat was going through losing blessings, has one blessing today and lose, and he came to his babalawo, these instructions were given. There are always two sides to the instruction of Ifá, or two sides to the words of Ifá. The first part is the teaching, the knowledge, the information, the instructions, the directions, very compulsory part of Ifá. The other part is the Ebo and the Etutu. Some of you, all you want to hear is, what's the Ebo that I'm supposed to do? Oh, it's a great thing, do the Ebo, but it's more than that. Ifá is an embodiment of global and universal knowledge. Ifá is information, Ifá is knowledge, Ifá is instruction, Ifá is direction. Now we have received the instruction and the knowledge and the direction of this Odù Ifá for today, that part. Now the other part is the Ebo and the Etutu. Wọ́n ní ẹbọ láwo ní kó mú ṣe, ó sì gbẹbọ níbẹ̀, ó rúbọ. Kò wọ̀run yanyan bí ẹni tí ò ní kú mọ́, kò pé fálékè, kò pé ṣùlólè, ó sáré lọ ọjà, ọmọ ọjà sáré wálé, wọ́n bá rúbọ, wọ́n bá ṣètùtù. Ẹbọ fín, ẹbọ dà, ẹbọ dòde ọ̀run. Òun náà wá padà wá, ó ń ṣẹnu rere yáwó pé mi ò má mú bọ́ ore mọ́. He was told to make ẹbọ. He did not look at his babalawo and say you're a liar. He did not look at Ifá and say you're a thief. You just want to collect ram and chicken. He did not look up into the sky like someone that doesn't understand what life is. He went to the market or sent somebody to the market. They bought everything that Ifá required. Ebo was done. It was accepted, and the Orishas and Eshu and every other Ajogun was taken care of. They swung into action and they made sure that he never lost his blessings again. Then he came back to thank his Awo. His Awo was thanking Ifa, and in turn we were all thanking Olódùmarè that Olóńgbò jìgọ̀lọ̀ kò má mú bọ́ ọrẹ mọ́, ó múre kólekóle ni. And that can be you. That can be you. Except that what? You have refused to do the Ebo and the Tutu on the Odù Ifá that they give you. Iyanifa, there's so many Ebo and the Tutu that have done. Nothing has changed. Okay. First question, and that's going to be the very annoying question. So why are you here? If you think that the Ebo and the Tutu you did in the past is not, it didn't work, why are you still in the DM of an Iyanifa? Because it doesn't make sense. The reason you are here is because you know Ifa works. And I'm sorry that you had an experience of your Tutu and Ebo not working, which is why I say you people should get knowledge alongside this Ifa that you are doing. Get knowledge alongside. When your Babalawo sends you the video of your Tutu and Ebo, knowledge will help you to understand what the Obi said after that Ebo was done, to find out if the Ebo was accepted. Your Babalawo will cast the Obi, the kola nut, to ask question. Ọwọ́ kan tó bá dá obì yẹn tó bá yàn, Ebo ti fi Ebo ti dà. The moment they cast it once and it's all accepted, you will see it. Some of you, before Ifa accept it, they cast it the first time. Etaiwa is 3 that comes up, and Ifa says, tell this person to watch their character. Second one again, Etaiwa. Which character is this person doing that is not? Third one again, Etaiwa. Then we say, show Lord Ifa first. So is there something Ifa wants to say? And Ifa now gives an instruction, tell this person to watch one bad character that they are doing. And at the end of the day, Obinyon, and the sacrifice was accepted. But there was a warning, your character. You now go on to continue the same character. And you say your Ebo has been accepted. But if I give you a warning about your character, you are not paying attention to it. You said I'm giving them money. As far as you are concerned, you have thrown money at the situation. Babalawo is not hungry. Because if you believe that Ifa works and you have gone to Ifa for a solution, then it should also occur to you that the Babalawo that is doing it is also applying the same knowledge that you have come to get from him and is going to work for him. So you are not the reason Babalawo is feeding. Gbogbo wa la níṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tá à ń ṣe. Gbogbo wa la níṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tá à ń ṣe. So if you think you have thrown money at the situation and they have to fix it, watch the video of your Ebo and your Tutu if you are not there. Listen to the instructions that Ifa gave you. Your Babalawo might just tell you casually to say, Etaiwa, Ifanike mojuto wa yin. That's all he's going to say. He's not your daddy. He's not responsible to say, this is the Iwa that you need to stop. This is the one you need to change. He will just tell you, Ifanike mojuto wa yin. You are an adult human being. You are the one that will now need to ask questions. Please, can you help me make a divination? Is there a particular Iwa that Ifa is talking about? Or is there a particular thing Ifa is pointing me to? You are the one that will ask, but no, etikuenu. Your own is just to throw money at the situation. And then you are not seeing any change, then you are complaining. That Babalawo scammed me. As long as you saw the Ebo, and Obi says, and the Obi was cast, Obi denyo, nobody scammed you. Because if that Ebo was not complete, the Obi will not say yes. That's what I need you to understand. That's how open Ifa is. There is nothing hidden. It's nothing. The Spirit of God told me that the Ebo has been accepted. No, everybody is seeing what is there, and we all understand it. Except you don't understand it because you have refused to get knowledge. But for everybody that understands Orotio being so, we will know whether your Babalawo has put everything together. Because if the Ebo is not complete, Obi will say, Ebo, you take pay, and then we'll now start to ask, is it water? Is it palm oil? Is it money? Is it pepper? Is it salt? Is it the obi? We ask. Everything has to be complete and accepted before we leave there. So trust me, to a large extent, I can beat my chest to say it is not the babalawo that did not do the job well. One major thing is you. Go and watch yourself, you. Sometimes those blessings that you made able for, they come. But because your shoulder pad is 25 inches, how can I get blessing from this kind of place? How can this person be the one to bless me? How can it be, I'm praying for your husband. How can it be this type of man that they will bring? How can it be this type of woman that they will bring? 6 months down the line, you still come back and say, Ifá says I am going to be married this year and nothing has happened. They sent your husband. Your shoulder pad was too high for you to see it. Business opportunities come. I mean, I cannot do that type of business. I want luxury, high-end business. It's even the way Africans have messed up the word luxury in this generation. Story for another day. Ifá says this is where you are going to start from. No. You do your hand like this. I don't even see people walking around like this anymore. How many of you lived in the generation where when I grew up and people were walking around and you do your hand like this? I don't see so much of that around anymore. But some of you are like this. Your spirit is hanging hand like, I can't do that. I can't do that. You are broke and you are proud at the same time. Oh, okushe, oh momi she, otunyobo. Àwọn tó jókòó sí di ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ, àpótí ló gbé wá wọ́n wá tan AC sí díẹ̀. You are broke. You don't have money, and you are still doing shoulder like this. The people that sat on your matter, they carried AC inside hot sun so that they will not sweat. I'm telling you, when people come to me to say I've gone to so many places, especially if you say you have gone to so many babalawo and it has not worked, I'm not quick to say, oh, they did not do it right, I will do it right. No, I want to see the things they did for you, because before you can say a babalawo did able for you and did not work, it's not working doesn't even have anything to do with him to a large extent. That's the knowledge you need to know. So you need to find out what and normalize doing your spiritual work with people you have a relationship with. If you cannot go back and ask your babalawo and your Iyanifa, please, why is the situation still like this? You are scared to ask them, or you ask them, they ignore you, they snap. What are you doing there in the first place? Is it not your life we are talking about? Go to my YouTube channel and watch my video before you choose a babalawo, before you choose an Iyanifa. Watch this. I have a video titled that. So let's even start from the fact that, are you picking the right priest or priestess for you? Oh, you follow that babalawo because it's popular. He has a lot of following. He does 20 ebo in a day. All his video is of Itefa. It's like 200 people he does Itefa for. Wonderful. Awesome. But is that the right person for you? Let's start from that. And then there are certain situations that you are going through in life to get pay. Àwọn ìyá mi, àwọn arógbá ṣọmá balẹ̀, àwọn atẹ̀dọ̀jòrò òru, àwọn olókìkí òru, àwọn apanimáyọ̀dà, àwọn ìyá mi òṣòro mọ̀nìgà, àwọn ògbẹ́ kí ọmọ ẹ̀ta tí wéré, àwọn abiyamọ ọlọ́jà gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ tí ò jẹ́ kọ́mọ ó jábọ́. They are the only ones that can handle certain situations. If you have been following me, you know how highly I speak of these women. Àwọn Elédùmarè gbélé ayé lé lọ́wọ́. Àwọn ló ń tú, àwọn ló ń dè. Tó bá dé, babaláwo mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ̀n wọn ò lè tú. Tó bá tú, Iyanifa mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ̀n kò lè dé. Àwọn Elédùmarè gbélé ayé yìí lé lọ́wọ́. Àwọn kan á tiẹ̀ ní Elédùmarè talé ayé fún wọn lọ́pọ̀ ni. They are the judges and the rulers of the earth. The only being that they are answerable to is Olódùmarè. Wọn kì í rúbọ, wọn kì í ṣètùtù. Àwọn fúnrara wọn ètùtù kan lọ́tọ̀. Àwọn fúnrara wọn ẹbọ kan lọ́tọ̀. Àwọn fúnrara wọn kìkì agbára kan lọ́tọ̀. They are and I know people are very quiet about these women, you know, because we were raised to fear them, and you should. We were raised to see them as evil, but they are not. They are the mothers. They have this side and that side. They are like, if you are African, you will relate. They are like African mothers. The same teeth that the dog uses to play with his child, that's what he used to bite them. That's a summary description of them. But if you tap into the energy of àwọn Ìyá mi, or you find people that tap into that energy and they are able to align it positively for you. Yorùbá will say something, wọ́n ní tí nǹkan bá kọ òkè tó bá kan ilẹ̀, wọ́n ló kun àárín kan tá à ń gbé sí. If something defies staying up and you put it down, it doesn't stay. There is that middle part that we can still hang it. Àwọn tó láyé ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Some of you, your own situation, ẹbọ ń fín, ẹbọ ń dà o. Those of you that are on my WhatsApp status, I put up a story a short while ago about the man that came to me, and you know, they had already told him that he will meet a certain woman, blah blah blah, and he met me. Before he met me, he had babalawos that he has been working with. Ibi tí babalawo ẹ ṣe body fún, the Baba said he doesn't mind using his money to continue to do things, was giving him spiritual soul. But in everything, the Baba kept on saying, you see this situation, there is a woman you still need to meet. That woman will connect you to the last piece of the puzzle. For another spiritualist to say, I'm doing my best, but you will meet somebody. It's not that the Orishas are not hearing his voice. It's not that he doesn't know the Odù. It's not that he doesn't know how to give ebo. But there are certain people's situations that require this other level of spirituality. Àwọn Ìyá mi. The oath of secrecy, will not permit me to explain certain things. But take this from me. There are certain group of people that are walking this earth at the moment who are representing those women. Let's end it like that. And if you find them, if you find them, they are able to connect you to that level of solution that you need. Àwọn là ń pè ní abiyamọ ayé, àwọn ìyá àbíyè, àwọn ìyálóde. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ń gbọ́ ìyálóde àdàpé kinní kan ni. There are some things I cannot explain in English. There are sometimes that is what your situation requires. Somebody that will take you there and speak on your behalf. This one has roamed the whole world in search of solution, but ojú kan yẹn náà ló ṣì wà. Àwọn Ìyá mi will speak and they will tell you this one. Remind him on the January 14, 1974, what happened. Some of them will say, let him go and ask his mother what happened. Táwọn Ìyá mi bá fọwọ́ bo nǹkan mọ́lẹ̀, no matter how much you check, you won't find anything. If you want to understand who they are, go to my YouTube channel and watch my video, Àwọn Ìyá mi, Àwọn Ajogun and Èṣù. You would understand who they are and what they represent. But those of you that have followed me, you know that I speak so highly of them. I glow. My face pops up when I'm making ìwúre for àwọn Ìyá mi. I'm probably one of the only few people that will speak of them in this light, because it takes a certain level of relationship to see them the way the rest of the world does not see them. Some of you, your situation requires that. But I will tell you this. Irrespective of what your experience of Ifá is, it doesn't change what Ifá is. Ifá is the truth, and that is what it is. But in this life, you need a deeper level of wisdom to be able to go through this life. And you need these women. You need them. You can do everything right. If they stand in your way, kò síbi tó ń lọ. See, Olódùmarè, they are the owners of this world. Àwọn ló láyé, the owners of this world. The ruler, you know, when your Bible says principalities and powers, rulers of darkness of this present, go and look for the English word principality. Go and see what principality means in English. It's not a negative word, it's just a regular English word. Rulers of darkness of this present world. Àwọn olókìkí òru, the ones that rule the night, the ones that are honored and prestigious in the night. They are the ones that they are talking about. Even the person that wrote the Bible acknowledged them. They acknowledged them. But what the Bible told you was that you are wrestling against them. Continue. It's like you move into an apartment and there is the landlord that owns the house. Then you say, I wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against my landlord. You are wrestling against the person that owns the house. Oyalegbe. Oh, wareni kankan yan lọ́tà. Ó jẹ́ ẹni tó nílé. Continue. You don't find any enemy to make in that neighborhood. It's the person that owns the house that you are living, that you are fighting. Someone that can cut off water supply, that can turn off the tap overnight. Then you wake up 4 a.m. hustling to go out in Lagos and you find out that there is no water. And you are knocking the door and they do not open. He now opens the door at 7. Oh, sorry, I mistakenly turned it off from the supply. He's the only one that has the key to the supply. He will frustrate your life. You are there, you are saying, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, against principalities and powers. Continue. Battle that they did not call you into. A lot of you have drawn the battle. All the witches and wizards in this life. All this yami ushuroga. Today your church service is against our... That's how a lot of you got to where you are today. You follow them into a battle you don't know nothing about. You inherited an enemy you know nothing about. You inherited an enemy that you know nothing about. You know nothing about these women. But if they tell you to write a whole script that is negative about them, you will write foolscap shit for jam and pass. That is how you go to where you are. Someone said that's how Nigeria got to the situation it is. Exactly. It's time for you to look at yourself as an individual. You know how you follow people to say, let's go and do a protest. You don't even know what they are protesting for. You just follow them. Solidarity forever. By the time you see the person they are fighting in front, and you see that is the CEO of your company, as now, you will tell everybody, what happened? I forgot my second shoe. But you are putting on shoe. This is not the type of shoe for this situation. Let me go back and change shoe. Wisdom says, go back home. Because that's the person that is feeding you. You want to go there and fight them. That's the same thing. A lot of people are in battles with àwọn Iyami that they know nothing about. But now that you have come to the knowledge of Ifa, retract your steps and tell yourself, it's not me. And start to give honor to these women, because some of you, they are the only ones that can get you out of the situation you are. Particularly, I don't know why I had to digress this one, but particularly those of you that have genuinely met Babalawos Iyanifas, you have genuinely done your part in Ifa. Genuinely, you have done your part. But you still haven't gotten any results. Probability that they were scamming you is 1/10. Most likely, everybody you met was doing the right thing. If the person is a genuine Babalawo, most likely they were doing the right thing. At that point, àwọn tó láyé lèèyàn máa tọ̀ lọ pé, Iyanifa, how do I ask these women? Is there something? And they will respond to you. They will tell you they are mothers. Abiyamọ ni wọ́n. Ògbẹ́kún ọmọ ẹ̀ta tí wèrè àwọn ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, kò ń ṣe Jésù ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Abiyamọ ọlọ́jà gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ tí ò jẹ́ kọ́mọ ó jábọ́, àwọn ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, Jésù kọ́ ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Jésù ò lóríkì wọn, lóríkì ń lùbí tí Jésù ti wà. So they took all the good names of àwọn Iyami, they attributed it to Jesus. They left you with witches and wizards, village people. And that's the narrative you are running with. Olójú lukára bí ajere, àwọn Iyami ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Abiyamọ òde ọ̀run, àwọn Iyami ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ògbẹ́kún ọmọ ẹ̀ta tí wèrè, àwọn Iyami ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. ọlọ́mú kan tí ń fún gba ọmọ lọ́mú, ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kan tí ń bẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀ méjì ìjà, atẹ̀dọ̀jòròǹró, apanimáyọ̀dà, àwọn ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Let's not, I don't know why I had to digress. This is even way off what we are teaching, but I'm sure somebody needs to hear this in real time, or somebody needs to hear the recorded part of this. Life is not that hard. If you've come to live Ifa, I mean live Ifa, you'll be able to say life is not that hard. Trust me, it's not. It is religion and westernization and the lies they told you that complicated life. Kò le tó yẹn rárá. Find the right information, stay with it, and grow with it. We always end our Ese Ifa as put together in the sacred book of Ifa by the Iwure that is attached to that Ifa. So I will make this Iwure, you can write it down. The next Iwure video that I'm adding is the Iwure on Ire àti Ire Àmúbọ̀. So if you have not subscribed, you want to go to the bio of this TikTok channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV, you would see you'll see subscription there. Click on subscription and subscribe to Praying the Right Way in Ifa and ΙΣΕΣΕ. If you're on YouTube, you'll find it in the bio. You'll see join. It takes you there. For those of you that want to order for the sacred text of Ifa, just go to the website ifakole.ng. Click on the on your right side, the 3 lines there will take you to the menu. You see the sacred text of Ifa. Order from there, pre-order from there, depends on the time you're watching this video. So this Iwure for Ire àti Ire Àmúbọ̀, blessings and how not to lose your blessings. The Iwure for it, I'm going to drop that video in a couple of days. Please tell us the Ese Ifa again. Is Odù Ifá Meji. Odù Ifá Meji is the Odù Ifá for today. The Iwure says, èjìká ẹni tí ń ru ẹrù ayé, èjìká tí ò jẹ́ káṣọ ó jábọ́, kí orí ọwọ́ mi má gbọ̀n dànù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ ṣàṣẹ o, kí orí ọwọ́ wa má gbọ̀n dànù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Kí n má ṣubú dànù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Kí orí mi gbé mi ró, kí orí mi dì mí mú láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Kí orí àtẹlẹ́dàá bá mi di ire gbogbo mú títí di ọjọ́ alẹ́. Àṣẹ. Kí gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí mò ń ṣe kó má bàjẹ́ lójú mi àti lẹ́yìn mi láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Iṣẹ́ tí mo fi àárọ̀ ọjọ́ mi ṣe kó bá mi dalẹ́. Káwọn ọmọ rere gbẹ̀yìn kan tún bá mi tún ẹ̀yìn ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. English says, èjìká, the bearer of life burdens. Let me not lose the blessings that is placed in my hands. Àṣẹ. Let me not destroy what has been given to me. Àṣẹ. Let my destiny hold in firmly the success that Olódùmarè has given me. Àṣẹ. Let all my blessings remain with me and multiply with me. Àṣẹ. Let me be survived by children and grandchildren that will continue to expand this success. Àṣẹ. The things that I am working for in the early part of my life, may I not lose it in the later part of my life. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Mo ṣe Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ o. Mo ṣe ogbó atọ́ àsúre ìwòrìwò fún. Ifá orí mi rèé o, Ifá olókun asọ̀rọ̀dayọ̀, Ifá ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín, Ifá àtórí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe, Ifá ọmọ ẹnu Olódùmarè, Ifá afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé, àti túnbọ̀ sínú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá mi lẹ́ni, and we have learnt a lot today. Summary of what we have learned today. Èjìká ni ò jẹ́ káṣọ ó yẹ̀. The reason your blessing is not falling is because you have èjìká and a support. The exercise for you today, the part where you are responsible for is 1. Find your own spiritual support. Who or what is your èjìká in this life? Find that support and stay with it. Secondly, it is one thing to have blessings. It's another thing to keep it and to maintain it. They are two different things. It's very possible to have blessings and lose it. Some people, blessing in this life has been once view. You just view it once, otilo. The moment you take your hand off the screen, otilo. May our blessing not be once view. Lashe Elédùmarè. Ifa has given us wisdom. Go and apply it. Ifa has given us wisdom. Go and apply it. Moshe Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. If you want to make divinations for the new year, you want to know what your path and direction is for this year, send a message to the WhatsApp number that is showing on your screen right now. Or if you're catching a replay, all the information you need will be in the description box below. This is Ashe for today, and it's airing on the YouTube channel of Iyanifa Ewa TV and Ifa College TikTok channel every morning, 6 a.m. Nigerian time, 5 a.m. for those on the GMT, that's UK and Ghana, and 12 midnight for those of you on the EST. We are here to delve into another Odù Ifá. Now, see, we picked just one essay Ifá. Look at how we have been able to break it down and dissect it in a way that is applicable to your life. You can resonate with it, you can apply it. That is how Ifá is supposed to be taught. Anybody that is teaching you Ifá other than this, they are just reciting stories and poems, which is awesome. But your life needs more than just stories and poems. So you are going to subscribe, you are going to follow. Click on the plus sign to follow. So that when next we are coming on our live streaming, Ashe for today airs Mondays to Fridays. Today is a Friday already. So the next time we are going to be here for another episode of Ashe for today, which will be season 3, episode 3, is going to be on Monday. So click on the plus sign to follow. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, turn on notifications so that you will be notified when we come online. But our Sunday morning live streaming will still air this Sunday. That's 12 noon Nigerian time, 6 a.m. for those on the EST, and 11 a.m. for those on the GMT. Every other person in between, you can check your time zone. Sunday morning live streaming. That will be the first episode of our Sunday morning live streaming for the year 2026. If you have missed the previous episode, I beg of you, go to the YouTube channel Iyanifa Ewa TV and watch them. You want to learn. There is no shortcut in Ifa. Learning and applying, that's just what it is. And it's as simple as that. I know we're coming from religion that puts all the responsibility of our life on our pastors and men of God, on prayer, on blah, blah, blah. But in Ifa, responsibility and accountability is the goal. For those of you that have not registered at the Ifa College, the Ifa College is where you get to learn the undiluted, unwatered down truth about Ifa, ÌṢÄШE, African spirituality, and every other thing in between. We have courses at the moment: Ifa studies for adults, Ifa studies for kids, Yoruba studies for adults, Yoruba studies for kids, Orisha herbalism and traditional medicine, where you learn Yoruba traditional medicine, African traditional medicine, as given to our different Orishas. And my favorite course, Oshun fertility and midwifery. Those of you that are interested in reproductive health medicine, fertility for both male and female, midwifery, as given to the Orisha Oshun, and how to apply it to modern day life, you will find it there. The Ifa Business School, I talked about it today. Just head over to the ifacollege.ng website to learn. Dr. Dayo P1 said, Sunday live streaming is awesome. Another person said, it is always on another level. Thank you so much. I'm super grateful that you guys are always there. That's the encouragement for me to also be here. And we are all here to learn every day. Now, before we round off, the WhatsApp number is pinned on your screen. If you need a divination, you want to make it to an able. Your situation seems to be looking like what I described, and you think that you need àwọn Yami to be involved and just step out for you. So send a message to the WhatsApp number on your screen. Someone said the way you explain is very impressive. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ifá, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn Ọ̀rúnmìlà, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn Aláṣẹkù, àwọn tó ṣàwòkù sẹ́yìn fún wa. We're grateful to Ifá for wisdom, for knowledge, for understanding. We're grateful to our ancestors. My ancestors, I'm super grateful to them for the gift of being able to teach and explain. I'm super grateful that at this time of life, I'm happening the way I'm happening. I'm grateful for the number of lives that I have been able to touch, that the entire team of Ifa College has been able to touch. Adupe. Now, before we go, how do we round off when we are done? Let me take this opportunity to say thank you again for everybody that has sent me congratulatory messages, after my coronation as a chief. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, adé apẹ́ lórí o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ náà apẹ́ lọ́wọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ apẹ́ lẹ́nu. Ìlú ò ní torí wa tú. Àwọn tí wọ́n rí wa, tí wọ́n fi ìyẹ́ wa tán ní ó tọ́ sí yín Iyanifa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní dójú tì yín. Àní ṣe kókù díẹ̀. Àṣẹ láṣepé ni. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí wọ́n á bá wa ṣe tiwa náà láṣepé. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, a dúpẹ́. Thank you so much. We have to wash it. Ṣé omo la fẹ́ lò ní àbí kinu? Kò sọ́ṣẹ́ tẹ́ gbé wá tí a gbà. Thank you so much. As we round off today's teaching, we round off with our Iba. We round off with our Iwure. Iwure is how we pray in Ifa and ÌШЭШE. Now, for those of you that are joining, I see a lot of new people. Iwure is Iwu and Ire. Iwu means to dig up. Ire is blessing. So Iwure is digging up blessing. So in Ifa, we don't lift up our eyes to the hills from whence cometh our help. No, our help is here. Our blessing is here. Elédùmarè knows everything we need in life, and they are here long before we came. Ifa directs us to where to dig it out from. So there's a pattern in which we make our own prayers, and you need to learn it. You need to learn it. So once again, click on the subscribe button in the bio of the TikTok and subscribe to Praying the Right Way in Ifa. On YouTube, click on the bio and click on join, and you'll be able to subscribe. If you have any questions before we round up, do let me know. In the absence of questions, we will move to make our Iwure. If you have any questions, Ejo, Ejekimu, Tebani, Ìbéèrè kankan, let me know. No question. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè. Captain said yes. Are you saying yes that you have a question? If you do, just go ahead and type it. And if it's a personal question, send a message to the WhatsApp number that is pinned on your screen. It takes you directly to my personal WhatsApp number. And you have a question in the Ifa Ikameji. What's the question in the Odù Ifá Ikameji? Please be fast about it so that we don't take too much of our time. It's a working day and people need to get back to their work. What's the question? What's the question? What's the question? In Ikameji, question Oluwambe, Captain, you. Captain Osoro. Olódùmarè ti down question. Ifá ti down. Ifá ti sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn. Adúpẹ́ ẹ ṣé. Akọ́dá ayé àṣèbà. Àṣèbà ṣẹ̀dá. What if you give Iyami what they want and still on still? You said the Olongbo went to get nǹkan ètùtù, but you did not mention it. I'm not going to mention it. Why should I mention it for you? Do you want to go and get nǹkan ètùtù for yourself? You are not a babalawo. If I'm teaching babalawos and Iyanifa, I can mention what the items of the ètùtù is. Like a doctor that comes to social media and says, when you have fibroids, you need a surgery. Then the doctor starts to say, when you want to do the surgery, get needle and thread and 2 pints of blood, and then you cut it this way. No, he's not going to say that. He's only going to say that to his medical student. So ètùtù and ẹbọ is the job of a babalawo, and we are not babalawos here. At least majority of us are not. So that information is left to the professionals that need to take care of it. Somebody said if you give ètùtù to àwọn Iyami and you still have to continue to, that's why I said go and watch that video. The video is Ajogun and Èṣù. Àwọn Iyami, àwọn Ajogun and Èṣù is on my YouTube channel. Go and watch it. You would understand where àwọn Iyami stands and what their ètùtù is. Ètùtù àwọn Iyami is not negotiable for life. It's like rent that you are paying. It's not negotiable for life. You are paying the owners of the earth. You are appeasing them. As long as you are a human person, it is something that you continue to do. Even spirits that exist in animal form, they have their own ètùtù that they give constantly. You understand? So that one is not negotiable. It's not a whether you have a problem or not. That part is fixed. Is the constant in the equation. Is that okay? But with àwọn Iyami, if you are going through a particular situation and you have somebody that directly connects you, they will tell you what they want to get. They don't play. Spirits don't play. They tell you what they want straight up. You do it and they move on to the next thing and the next person. So except the person that you're working with is speculating, let's do this, let's try this. But if there is direct communication, they tell you X, Y, Z, A, B, C, you get it done, and everybody moves on. Is that okay? Any other question before we continue? I don't think there's any other question. Akọ́dáyé àṣèbà, àṣèbà ṣẹ̀dá, àṣèbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, àṣèbà tí wọ̀ oòrùn, àṣèbà ṣẹ̀dá, àwẹ̀dá, àmẹ̀dá, Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Òrò ọmọ níṣẹ́ fàyà tí àṣèbà, ọba tó lọ kọrin kése, ọba lánàá, ọba lénìí, ọba títí ayérayé, ọ̀pá tí rí kàn ló kanlẹ̀, àṣèbà, kábíyèsí o, ọba tí ń fọba jẹ, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Kábíyèsí ọba àwọn ọba, àṣèbà yìí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Jagunjagun òde ọ̀run, àṣèbà, olúbíkin ọ̀sán ìbíkin, àṣèbà, ajagunmalé olúwo òde ọ̀run, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Àṣèbà gbogbo òrìṣà tí ń mọlẹ̀ tá à ń ṣọ̀sẹ̀ fún lẹ́nu, àníkọ́ lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà ó kọ́ má dà sí wa lára ó, kíbà wá ṣẹ. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́, ẹ̀yin alágbogbo idẹ, ẹ̀yin arógbá ṣọmábalẹ̀, ẹ̀yin arẹwà obìnrin, ẹ̀yin ọlọ́mú kan tí fún gba ọmọ ọlọ́mú, ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kan tí ń dẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀ méjì ìjà, ẹ̀yin apanimáyọ̀dà, ẹ̀yin olókìkí òru, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi òṣèrò mọ̀nìgà, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ẹlẹ́yẹ ọ̀sà méjì, ọ̀sà méjì, ọ̀sà méjì, àṣèbà àpèyìn fúnkún, àpèyìn fárùn, àwa ṣèbà nítorí gbogbo àwọn tó péjọpọ̀ síbí lẹ́nìí ni, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Ẹ̀yin àtẹ̀dọ̀jọ̀rọ̀ òró, àṣèbà, àṣèbà, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, ẹ̀yin ògbẹ́kùn ọmọ ẹ̀ta tí wéré, ẹ̀yin abiyamọ ọlọ́jà gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀, ẹ̀yin abiyamọ tí òjò ọmọ ó jábọ́, ẹ̀yin olójúlukára bí ajere, ẹ̀yin elétí gbárùn ní ẹ̀dá, àṣèbà, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Ẹ̀yọ́nú yín làwa béèrè fún un, ká má taṣọ àgbà mọ́lẹ̀, ká má tójú ayé mọ́lẹ̀, kẹ́ ẹ yọ́nú sí wa. Àwa ti dánmọ́ àgbà, àwa ọ̀dẹ̀ kì í ṣẹ́rùn àgbà mọ́, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Ọbàtálá, ọba táṣà, ọba takuntakun lóde ilẹ̀ rí, òrìṣà funfun báláwú, àṣèbà, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ, àṣeyé ìpà òòṣà o, òòṣà èèpà. Ògúnlákayé ọ̀ṣìn ìmọ̀lẹ̀ olómi nílé fẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀ ọ̀láṣọ nílé fi mọ̀kímọ̀ bóra, òun tó lànà falára, òun tó lànà fajúro, àṣèbà, àṣèbà. Ògúnlákayé má bínú sí wa, kó o lànà fún wa, kó o lànà débi tí ire wà, kó o lànà débi tọ́lá wà, kó o lànà débi tọ́lá wà, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè fún mi. Ògúnlákayé ijọ́ tó o bá ń bínú, tó o bá ń fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ ọmọ ènìyàn pa títì láró, àní kó o fi ṣọ́ tiẹ̀, kó o fi ṣọ́ wa. Torá àwa ti di ọmọ Ògún, àwa ti gbẹ́bọ fún Ògún, àwa ò ń ṣẹran Ògún mọ́. Àní ráàrin fẹsẹ̀ sí ijọ́ tí inú bá ń bí Ògún, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èṣù láàlú ògiri òkú, láàárín abẹ́ṣóríṣó lórí, wọ́n ní kéṣù gbà á lọ, gbogbo ohun tá a rí láti fẹ́ṣù, èṣù ti gbà á lọ, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èṣù láàlú, wọ́n ní ẹlẹ́kún sunkún, láàáróyè sòdì, ẹlẹ́kún ṣunú, láàáróyè ṣòfò. Èṣù alájé bá wa gbé ajé wá, èṣù ọlọ́lá bá wa gbé ọlá wá, èṣù ilé wá dáàbò bo àwa àti ẹbí wa. Tá a bá wá rẹ́ni tó ní òun dúró ní ìdúró ọ̀tá fún wa, èṣù ṣe wọ́n, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kí èṣù tí wọ́n gbọ̀ngbọ̀n, kó tì wọ́n ní ògún, kóògùn fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn wẹ̀, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ̀ olóòyè ayọ̀ ládékojú ẹbọra tí ń gbé nínú omi aṣọ́rẹ́ yèèyé o, omi o, ọ̀tá o, ẹ̀rí o, àgbá o, oore yèèyé Ọ̀ṣun ẹbọra tí ń gbé nínú omi. Ìyá mi ẹ̀wùjí alágbolódò, àṣèbà, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Yemọja afíjú obìnrin, iye gbogbo ọmọ ẹja. Afíjú obìnrin ẹbọra tí ń gbé nínú omi, tí ń gbàdọ̀bálẹ̀ ẹgbẹẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ẹgbẹẹgbẹ̀rún ọkùnrin. Wọ́n ní ọkùnrin tó bá fojú jì ìyá mi, wọ́n ní àkókò àtẹkùn ẹ̀ ló máa ń lọ sí. Ìyá mi Yemọja, aṣeré Yemọja o, àṣèbà, àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tó dilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire mú, la ṣèbà fún láì dápá kan sí, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ. Ajé ògúngúlùsọ onísọ ògbòjì ikù, ajé tí ń sẹrú dánwọ́. Ajé, 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 apè olótù ìfẹ́, apè olóhùn ìfẹ́, ajé tí wọ́n ń fi ẹran ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ tó fi ń bọ. ajé bá a ṣe ń fẹ́ràn ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ bọ́ ẹ́ a ní kó wá tù wá káwá bẹ̀ wá pẹ̀sẹ̀. Wọ́n ní kí la fi ń bọ ajé ló tù fẹ̀, oyin ni. Afárá oyin ló ní kó dùn fèmí àti yín, á dùn fèmí àti yín lọ́jọ́ alẹ́ ni kò ní kan fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní kí ló fi ń bọ ajé ló tù fẹ̀, iyọ̀ ló ní kí ni àti yín láyọ̀, iyọ̀ ló ní kó máa fi ẹnu yọ̀ kó máa fi wí tiwa. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní fẹnu àtẹ̀wí tèmi àti yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Iyọ̀ yẹn ló ní kó ọmọ aráyé máa yọ̀ mọ́ wa, wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa yọ̀ mọ́ wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Owó ẹyọ ló ní kó ọmọ aráyé máa yọ̀ mọ́ èmi àti yín, ọmọ aráyé á máa yọ̀ mọ́ wa ní àní ríjà ayé, àní ríjà omi, àní ríjà náà. Àṣebàjẹ́ o, a ní kí bà wá ṣe. Ajé àákò ẹ̀ nílé, àákò ẹ̀ lọ́nà. Gbogbo àdáwọ́lé wa lajé á bá wa jókòó tì, á bá wa sọ, á sọ dirun, á sọ dìgbà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣeyé ìpa Ifá o, Ifá orí mi rè, àṣìbá Ifá olókun asọ̀rọ̀ dáì. Ifá ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín, Ifá ohun ẹnu Olódùmarè. Ifá tí ń fare wá, kífá fare wá fún wa látorígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbálá ayé kó fabi dànù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kífá bá wa rọ́ ibi dànù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fèmí àti yín. Oore Ifá, Ifá nílé, Ifá lóko, òun èmi àti yín la máa jẹ lájẹpẹ́ nínú ọdún tuntun tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní àṣèyí ṣàgbọ́dún, wọ́n ní ọdọọdún là ń rórógbó, ọdọọdún là ń ráwùsá, ọdọọdún là ń rọ́mọ obì lórí àtẹ. Àwa náà tún ti rọ́dún tuntun lénìí. Ọdún yìí ò wá ní jí àṣemọ fún wa. Àṣèyí ṣàmọ́dún ni o. Àtọdún tuntun tó ń bọ̀ a máa ṣe nínú owó, nínú ọlá, nínú ọlà, nínú ìdùnnú, nínú àlàáfíà, nínú àìkú tí ń ṣe baálẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní kágóńgó ṣọdún o, àní fi ìnira lògbà, àní fàìsàn lògbà. Àìsàn kéré àìsàn tóbi ni ọmọ aráyé ò ní fi kankan náà ẹ̀ ṣe wá. Ó gbóògùn ni kò gbóògùn ni tọmọtọmọ wọn ò ní fi ṣe wá. Àwa ò ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn fáwọn ọmọ wa, àwọn ọmọ wa ò ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo òrìṣà tá à ń ṣọ̀sẹ̀ fún lẹ́nu, egúngún òrìṣà àwọn Aláṣẹkù. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣawo kù sẹ́yìn fún wa, a ní kẹ́ ẹ bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣepé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn Aláṣẹkù, àwọn tó tẹ̀lú ìdó, àwọn tó lànà káwa tó dé, àwọn tó ní ká máa ṣawo, a ní kẹ́ ẹ dúró tì wá, kẹ́ ẹ bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣepé. Ẹ má dá wa dá ọ, ẹ má dá sí wa lára. Ẹ dúró tì wá, kẹ́ ẹ bá wa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Mo wá ṣèwúre fún gbogbo babaláwo, gbogbo Iyanifa, gbogbo bàbá lórìṣà, gbogbo ìyá lórìṣà, gbogbo oníṣègùn, gbogbo eléwé ọmọ, gbogbo àwọn àpẹ̀tẹ̀bí, gbogbo àwọn tó ń jókòó tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ẹrúnmọlẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní fọmọ ṣiṣẹ́, àní fàyà ṣiṣẹ́, àní fọkọ ṣiṣẹ́, àní farawa ṣiṣẹ́. Iṣẹ́ ayé là ń ṣe, àwọn tó láyé á dúró tì wá. Iṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè ti parí, táwọn ọ̀yà mi ti yọ́nú sí lọ́mọ máa gbé wá fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Bójómi ládì fún wọn ni á bá wọn lára mu, bóyá jẹ́yẹ̀pẹ̀ ládì fún wọn ni á bá wọn lára mu láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn tá a wá ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ tí Elédùmarè ti kọ pé wọ́n máa ti ara wa gba ire láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, wọ́n á wá padà wá, wọ́n á ṣẹnu rere yan àwọn Ifá yin Elédùmarè nítorí èmi àti láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní ṣubú dànù, àní gbéṣẹ́ tó máa jagbára wa lọ. Iṣẹ́ táwọn ọ̀yà mi ti yọ́nú sí òun ló máa gbé wá fún wa. Irọ́ là ń pa, Elédùmarè ló ń sọ́dọ̀ òótọ́. Gbogbo bá a ṣe ń ṣe, Elédùmarè á sọ́dọ̀ òótọ́. Gbogbo bá a ṣe ń já ewé, á máa jẹ́. Gbogbo bá a ṣe ń gún egbò, á máa jẹ́. Gbogbo bá a ṣe ń lù ú, á máa dún fún wa ní láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Á rí bẹ́ẹ̀, á ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo wá ṣèwúre fún gbogbo alábíamọ lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ wà. Àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ ń tì torí ẹ̀ ṣe fún ẹ̀ ní ṣe lásán, ẹ̀ ní fojú sunkún ọmọ, ẹ̀ ní mọ sàárè ọmọ. Ẹ̀rù tálábíamọ ìtú èmi àti yóò ní, wọn ò ní gbà, wọn ò ní dì síwájú ilé wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọmọ wa ò ní dà wá láàmú, ọmọ aráyé ò ní fọmọ pa wá lẹ́kún, wọn ò ní fọmọ dà wá láàmú. Eyín ọ̀kan wa ò ní kán, iná ọmọ ò ní jó wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Lójú ẹ̀mí wa, àwọn ọmọ wa dirun, wa dìgbà, àárọ̀mọ ọmọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tá a bá wá dàgbà, tá a dògbó, àní fàìsàn lògbà, wọn ò ní fi wá da àwọn ọmọ wa láàmú. Ìjọ táwọn ọmọ wa ń ṣe nǹkan ẹ̀yẹ, tó ń ṣe nǹkan iyì lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé, wọn ò ní dìde ìṣẹ́jú kan fún wa. Ẹni ẹlẹ́ni ò ní gbà ṣe wa ṣe, wọn ò ní fi wá ṣe àwátì láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Báwọn ọmọ yẹn ṣe wá ń jáde, tó ń lọ tó ń bọ̀, Ògúnlákayé Ọ̀ṣìmọ̀lẹ̀ á máa pa àlọ́ àti àbọ̀ wọn mọ́. Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ̀ alágbolódò ìyá mi á máa pa àlọ́ àtàbọ̀ wọn mọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọn ò ní ràrìn fẹsẹ̀ sí, wọn ò ní kẹ́gbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́, wọn ò ní ṣánkú, àìsàn ò ní jẹ́ tiwọn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tá a bá wá rí alábíamọ kọ̀ọ̀kan lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin tó ti gbà yín, tó ti tì yín kúrò nídìí ẹrù yín, tẹ́ni ẹlẹ́ni ti gbọmọ lọ́wọ́ yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àwọn ọmọ yín á rìn padà wá bá yín. Torí ẹ̀yin lẹ bí wọn, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa jẹun ọmọ lórí wọn. Iṣu ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ wá ń gún yìí kò ní ta kókó, kò ní gbóná jù, kò ní tutù jù, kò ní kan lẹ́nu yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo owó, gbogbo ọlá, gbogbo ajé, gbogbo ìmọ̀ àti òye tá a nílò láti fi tó àwọn ọmọ wa lọ́nà tó tọ́ àti tó yẹ, Elédùmarè á fi ṣe àlékún fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní láàárín ìpèrègùn ni màrìwò tí ń ṣẹ̀ṣọ́ ròde. Láàárín àwọn tó yàn yín lọ́tà òun lẹ ti máa ṣe rere, ẹ máa ṣe rere mọ́ tilẹ̀ ni. Àmọ́ ẹni tó bá wá ní kò ní ṣojú òun láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, wọ́n á jẹun láyé báyìí, wọ́n á lọ ṣọ wọ́n lọ́rùn. Ó di dandan kó ṣẹ̀yìn wọn torí èmi àti yín dandan ní ká ṣoríire nílé ayé tá a wá yìí, dandan ní ká rí bá ti ṣe, dandan ní ká rọ́nà gbégbà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó wá ń dúró sínú ìmọ́lẹ̀, tó ká góńgó sínú òkùnkùn, tó ń ta ọfà sínú ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, gbogbo ọfà tó bá ta ó ń padà lọ sórí ẹni tó ní ọ̀rọ̀. Ẹni tó dẹrù ọ̀ràn dandan ni kó forí ara ẹ̀ gbé gbogbo ẹrù ọ̀ràn, ẹrù ìbànújẹ́ tó máa ráyè ti dì nítorí tí tọkọtọmọ tẹbí tará ti ṣẹ́ ti lé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àwọn ló máa gbé. Ẹni tó bá wá nítorí tiyín lòun ṣe ń gbẹ́bọ, ẹbọ tó máa gbé kú nìyẹn, kò lè gbé yè láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹbọ tó ń rú yẹn kò lè bọ́ ní yíyè láṣẹ Èdùmàrè torí àwa ò ní kó má dà fún nǹkankan. Nǹkan táwa ń wá, nǹkan tá a fẹ́ jẹ là ń wá, àní pàdé èyí tó máa jẹ wá lọ́nà. Ẹni tó bá wá jókòó tó lóun sọ̀kò ìbànújẹ́, wọ́n ní òkò tó bá sọnù ọ̀pẹ̀lọpẹ̀ ń sọnù ní, ó di dandan kókò yẹn padà lọ sí orí ẹni. Wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá ń bu eérú báyìí òun lérú ń wọ́tọ̀, ẹni tó bu eérú ìbànújẹ́ nítorí èmi àti ó máa wọ́tẹ̀ ìwọ̀n lẹ́yìn mi láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní ìjọ tí ò rí tó bá fojú kan ọ̀rùn, ìjọ yẹn ló ń yọ, kọ́mọ aráyé máa yọ́nú sẹ́mi àti yín. Ọkùnrin ni, obìnrin ni, ọmọdé ni, àgbà ni, dúdú ni, funfun ni, lẹ́bọ lóògùn ni, amọ́niṣe ni, afàìmọ́niṣe ni, oṣó ilé ni, àjẹ́ ilé ni, aṣenitán bá ní dárò ni, kọ́ máa yọ́nú sẹ́mi àti yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní ire lójú owó rí, ire lójú ìyẹn àti yín á máa rí, ojú wa ò ní ríbi. Wọ́n ní wàá pẹ́ láyé, ojú ẹ̀ ò ní ríbi, ìkan ló máa fọwọ́ mú. A ní kò ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, lójú ẹ̀mí tiwa àwa á pẹ́ láyé, ojú wa ò dẹ̀ ní ríbi. Àágbó, àátọ́, àáfèrè ìdìjòbì, ojú wa ò dẹ̀ ní ríbi kíbi láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire lójú owó rí, ó ti di dandan kójú wa máa ríre láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní ojúmọ́ kan kì í mọ́ kílẹ̀ ṣú kí balùwẹ̀ má gbòòrè, ojúmọ́ tó mọ́ lẹ́yìn èmi àti ní ti gbòòrè. Oore kàbìtìkàbìtì, oore ńláńlá ni, oore odindi torí atare kan ibi tiẹ̀ láàbọ̀ lódindi báyìí ló máa ń di tiẹ̀. Oore odindi lèmi àti yín máa bá wọn dì. Àní dúpẹ́ tipátipá, àní dúpẹ́ tipátipá, àní gbórí àbọ̀. Ìdúpẹ́ tá a máa dú òun ló máa wá láti inú wa torí pé oore ńláńlá, oore odindi òun l'Elédùmarè fi tiwa ṣe. Ní gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń tajà, tẹ́ ẹ bá ti dálé iṣẹ́ sílẹ̀, tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń dókòwò láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn léèkàn ló wá máa bá yín rajà. Wọ́n nínú igbó lórógbó wà, inú igbó lobì wà. Ọmọ aráyé máa ń lànà kan ni, wọ́n á lànà orin kàn yín. Ọmọ aráyé á lànà lákànní, wọ́n á lànà làkànní láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní ọ̀nà kì í dí mọ́ lọ́kọ̀, ọ̀nà kì í dí má ládàá. Ọ̀nà rírí jẹ ọ̀nà rírí mu kò ní dí mọ́ ìyẹn àti yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo àdáwọ́lé wa báyìí ire ló máa bọ́ sí o. Àní tójú ayé mọ́lẹ̀ o, àní taṣọ àgbà mọ́lẹ̀ o. Àwọn tó láyé ò ní bínú sí wa o, àwọn tó nílẹ̀ ò ní bínú sí wa o. Àní ríjà òrìṣà o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kábíyèsí Ṣàngó Arábámbí lógun lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, orò lábísòkun, àṣèbà àkàtà yẹrí. Iná lójú, iná nínú, iná lẹ́nu bàbá mi. Wọ́n níná bẹ lọ́dọ̀ bàbá mi lọ́rùn, èéfín là ń gbá láyè. Àṣèbà kábíyèsí Ṣàngó, èmi àti yóò lè ríjà náà. Ṣùgbọ́n àwa dìde, á bá wa jà wọ́n tó dìde lòdì sí wa. Gbogbo nǹkan kí nǹkan táwọn ọ̀tá ti mọ níwájú wa, Ṣàngó á fi iná, á fi jó gbogbo ẹ̀rùn pátápátá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Báwa ṣe ń gbẹ́bọ fún Ṣàngó, Ṣàngó á dúró tì wá, Ṣàngó á bá wa ṣe, Ṣàngó á bá wa jà, Ṣàngó á jà fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní bí aráyé nù o, Odù Ifá tá wá kà lẹ́nu Odù Ifá yẹn sọ pé lágbájá kan mú orí àmúbọ́ èmi àti yín ò ní mú orí àmúbọ́. Èjìká tí yóò jẹ́ kí aṣọ yẹ̀ Elédùmarè á fi àwọn èjìká tiwa wá fi hàn wá wọn ò dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ káṣọ yẹ̀ lọ́rùn wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní jẹ́ káṣọ yẹ̀ lọ́rùn wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn ọmọ aráyé àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn lẹ́ẹ̀kan lórúkọ mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé yìí wọ́n á fi ajé wọn bò wá láṣìírí. Wọ́n á di èjìká fún wa tí ò ní jẹ́ káṣọ yìí wa aṣọ ẹ̀yẹ wa yẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní má mú bọ́ ọrẹ o, àní ṣubú dànù o, oore wa ò ní gbọ̀n dànù lọ́wọ́ wa o. Orin tá a fàárọ̀ ọjọ́ wa kó kò ní gbọ̀n dànù kí ó tó dalẹ́ o. Tá a bá wá ti lè di àgbáre àwọn ọmọ rere àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n fi ń tọrọ ọmọ ló máa gbẹ̀yìn tẹ́yìn wa ṣe tó máa gbére wa lọ síbi gíga láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èyí tá a wí lẹ́nu àṣẹ ti rọ̀ mọ́ àṣẹ ti dùn àárọ̀ ti rọ̀ mọ́ ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ torí wọ́n ní àwíṣẹ́ ní ti fá àfọ̀ṣẹ́ ní tọ̀rúnmìlà. Wọ́n ní àbátálágẹmọ bá dá òun lòrìṣà òkè ń gbà èmi àti yín tún ti dábàá lẹ́nu ọmọ alágẹmọ lèmi òrìṣà òkè ti gbà wọ́n ti bá wa fi sí wọ́n ti bá wa fi àṣẹ sí wọ́n ní tí eyín iwájú bá gbé ẹran èrìgì máa ń gbà ní èyí tá a wí lẹ́nu àwọn tó láyé ti bá wa gbà àwọn tó nílẹ̀ ti bá wa gbà wọ́n ti fàṣẹ sí àwọn aláṣẹkù wọ́n ti bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣepé wọ́n ní táfẹ́fẹ́ bá fẹ́ àkànjú oko lára níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ ìwúre yìí afẹ́fẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí afẹ́ débi tẹ́ ẹ wà á kàn yín lára á mọ́ yín lára orí yín ò ní kọ ìṣẹ̀dá yín ò ní kọ ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́lá àwọn tó ṣílẹ̀kùn ọjọ́ èyí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè àṣẹ. Wọ́n ní ká kí onírú pé ó ṣe é wọ́n ní ká kí ọlọ́bẹ̀ náà pé kó ṣe é ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá wa jẹ́ wọ́n ní ká kí yín pé ẹ kú àìbínú títí ọjọ́ ajé ọjọ́ Monday táwọn olóyìnbó mọ̀ sí Monday tá a tún máa pàdé lórí ètò àṣẹ for today. Èmi lolóòtú yín ọ̀rẹ́ yín ìyá yín Iyanifa Awóbánkẹ́fà tí gbogbo ènìyàn mọ̀ sí Chief Iyanifa Ewa. Lórí ìkànnì Ifá College lórí TikTok lẹ ti ń wò mí o àwọn kan dẹ̀ wà lórí ìkànnì YouTube Iyanifa Ewa TV tó ti ń wò wá ojú tẹ́ fi ń wò wá kò ní fọ́ etí tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ wá ò ní di ọwọ́ tẹ́ fi ń tẹ fóònù yẹn náà ọmọ aráyé ò ní gbà lọ́wọ́ yín kò ní rọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè ẹ̀yin náà la máa rí àwa lẹ máa bá. Until Monday when we will be here for another episode of Àṣẹ for today, I say all the wure we've made, Àṣẹ for you and your family. I will be here live again 6 a.m. Nigerian time on Monday for episode 3 of Àṣẹ for today. This is season 3. Previous episodes are on our YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV. Thank you so much for watching. I know you have learned something. I know you will practice it. I know you will take responsibility and accountability so that you can come back. If you have not subscribed to Iwure, you see how I made Iwure. You can, you can also do it for yourself. So you will head over to the bio and subscribe. Dayo P1, Mr. Dayo P1, má worry, I will be in your DM shortly. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o, adúpẹ́ o, I love you, thank you so much, and I will see you on Sunday for our Sunday morning live streaming at 12 noon Nigerian time, 11 a.m. on GMT, and 6 a.m. for those of you on EST. I say thank you, particularly those of you on EST, for staying up this early to watch. Those of you on West African time too and GMT, a lot of you are at work and you are doing this in between work. Adúpẹ́ ẹ ṣé. Kífá ó bá ní ṣe, k'Ẹlẹ́dùmarè ó bá ní ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn kó bá wa ṣe, àní kífá ó bá wa